What's with the little blip there at the end, Mikey? Like, what the hell?
I wasn't looking at it. Here, let me watch it on the
feed. and we're all like screwed up here. Let's put the guests of honor beside
me. What happened?
Stephanie booted herself out, is what happened.
I booted myself out for something. One of the, I can't mess around with anything on this machine, or things go pear-shaped and it sucks out loud.
I hear you. Well, welcome everyone to the after party. It is the Stephanie Helms after party. Stephanie right here, my guest of honor for tonight.
Hi.
Is, if you missed the interview, there's a link to it below in the description box. So you can check that out after this, if you so choose. But we do tend to run a little late, so you might get a little sleepy. So you may want to wait till tomorrow to watch it. But anyways, once again, Stephanie, thank you for being a guest tonight on the show.
Look, it was a lot of fun. It was all kinds of fun. I enjoyed it, and I'm very appreciative of your time and Mikey's time, and I hope I didn't bore your audience to tears and make people run away from your channel in droves.
No, apparently not. They're all back, it seems.
Yay! All right.
Oh, so Simply Secular Dave, was usually a staple in the after parties, says he can't stick around. He's got some more moving to do.
Hey Neil, did you give him permission?
As one does on a Tuesday night, you want to move on if you want to move on any day of the week, why not make it Tuesday?
Yeah, for sure. Well, he moved from North Vancouver, which is quite a ways from here, and he moved over to Delta, which is just around the corner from here, and he's moving to another place in Delta that's better, because the one that he first moved into, he just wanted to get out of where he was. So he took this other place that turned out to be a shitbox. So he's decided to find a better place. So hopefully he gets set up there soon enough so he can jump back in here with us. I miss having Dave in here.
Yeah, Dave. Why you got to make us sad?
Yeah, Dave. Jeez. I think he's gone.
Well, I don't know, Dave, but maybe a portable mobile setup would be good. That way it could just sort of jump in from anywhere somehow or another.
Yeah.
Well, if only you had like...
What these are for.
If only you had a cell phone.
Or the laptops as well. You can use laptops.
Yeah.
If only there was a way to have the internet, but not in a house.
Uh-oh. The new place has a billiards table.
Nice.
Oh, he's going to be scamming everybody he's going to be pool sharking full time. He's going to be too cool to hang out with us.
Oh, no, I'll take him down.
Got to go to the community room to make rent.
Is that why you moved there, Dave? Now you can make your rent just playing pool.
Bunch of suckers with too much money in here.
Yeah, bring it on.
You look around the table and you don't spot the sucker. It's you.
You the sucker.
Yeah.
Good point.
I remember that one.
That's a good
Walking,
point.
he's got the red chick sitting on the side of the table.
That's an old poker saying.
Yes.
Yeah, speaking of poker, that's where Canadian Olliewin was last time when he wasn't here. He was busy earning $5 Canadian, which is like 9 cents in the US.
It was well worth my 3 hours, guys. Well worth it.
God, that's it's almost like minimum wage in America.
Almost.
If we're lucky.
God
I think our minimum wage went up. I'm pretty sure our minimum wage went up here in Canada.
Our minimum
Province-
wage has
province.
been stuck at $7.25 for fucking ever. It's so ridiculous.
That's not a livable wage.
No, of course it's not. You know, there's
The $15 an hour here isn't even a livable wage here.
$15 an hour here is not really a livable wage.
Here on the island, I think it's $11.50 or $12.50, something like that.
A lot of states here, though, have their own minimum wage, roughly in the 9 to 12 range. I believe California is going up to 15 here pretty quick.
I thought New
I'm
York,
not sure where Maine stands right now at the moment, but it's still whatever.
I will look it up.
Where does Maine stand?
Yeah, Nebraska
Yes.
does not have a state enforced minimum wage. It is still $7.25
Of
here.
course not. Why would Nebraska want it? Why would
However, nobody in the state actually only makes $7.25. McDonald's has to open up at $17 an hour to attract anybody to work there.
Well,
Wow.
I actually
Can you imagine?
really do enjoy the fact that because of the pandemic, workers have a wee bit more leverage on the market at this point, and it's like, you know, companies are basically having to up their game to get people to
Stronger. Is that
go to
gonna-
work.
Some of it is the pandemic. Most of it is the fact that we just had roughly 3.5 million people leave the workforce due to retiring.
Yeah,
And
well, there's that too. Yeah,
you
absolutely.
don't just instantly replace that amount of
Good
workers,
point.
especially when a lot of the people that would have taken those upper management positions were born in roughly the mid 70s, and that was the smallest generation we've ever had.
Mhm. Okay, Boomer.
Done.
Ooh, touche.
That's not boomers.
Antoine
That's
got a
Gen
new
Y.
camera.
You mean Gen
No,
Y?
no, I'm just whatever. I'm just being a dickhead. That's what I do. It's my profession.
Professional dickhead.
Mhm.
I like gin wine. That's funny to me. I think everyone
Gen
should say
wine?
that.
Yeah, most of them are wine yuppies now.
Yeah.
And they
I didn't really
wait
get
all the
into
time.
it. I didn't really
For
get
me-
into it. I alluded to it in the interview, but it's really kind of curious being where I am in generation wise. It's like my siblings were born in 37 and 39, right? I was born in 53. So my siblings are the greatest generation.
Right.
My
Which is debatable.
sister, it's the quote unquote greatest generation.
Self-proclaimed, yes.
You
They
know,
fought
my
World War II.
my
They get some credit.
We voted for
my
ourselves and we won.
my sister worked at a settlement house in Augusta, Georgia. That was, you know, part of a really strong part of the civil rights movement in the South. My brother-in-law, her at the time, her husband to be, was deeply involved in the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, right? I mean, he was a seminary student in High Point, North Carolina. So my own sense of activism sort of came from them, you know, but my period of being politically aware and doing shit on that front was the Vietnam War period, right? And so it's this strange tradition of activism was a little bit transgenerational, but at the same time, it was different, right?
That's true.
You know, Generations. I get a kick out of people going with generational shit. It's like, well, I understand how you grow up in different eras and different times, and you're raised by your parents who grow up in different eras and different times and all that stuff.
Sure.
But every generation. I don't want to be. I'll do an okay boomer thing. Throws a hero up the pop charts. Every generation has to meet the challenges it's presented with, and the thing is, when you stop thinking in generational terms and start thinking in activist terms, you got to do what you can, where you can, when you can, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. It's like you don't give up. I mean, you don't give up. There's the process of making shit happen only happens if you're willing to make it happen. And it doesn't matter whether you're 15 years old or 68. You just do it.
Sure, yeah. I'm a Gen Xer myself.
Cool.
So
I'm sorry for you.
Why?
We failed you.
You're an old Gen Xer. I'm like the youngest Gen X.
Yeah, I'm the start of Gen X, basically. Gen Xers were pretty much the first real latchkey kids, right? They were the first.
Yeah.
There's fucking keys around their necks on a shoestring, and come home because both parents are working. And Yep. Beat up your siblings, and then have the siblings call mom and complain, and then
As one of those little beat up siblings, y'all are some assholes.
Gen X.
Oh, she beat me up too.
Fair.
Gen X is almost two separate generations too, because my end of it, we grew up, we're born analog and grew up digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No, you didn't enter your teenagers in the digital age.
Beginning of it. Vic 20,
very, very beginning.
92, 93 was when it kind of hit that,
Dude, I was using computers long before 93.
Yeah, me too.
That was when the home computer became normal.
Yeah, I had
a Vic 20 in 82 or 83.
The first computer I ever used, I was a Digital Equipment Corporation PDP-8, and it was in high school, and the fucking disk drive was the size of a file cabinet, and there were no CRTs. There were, you sat at a teletype terminal, and when you were doing your programming and such,
punch cards.
Not punch. Well, there was a punch card reader in
we had one of those too.
Computer room, but it was punch tape, right? These like 1 inch wide tape that would go through a tape reader with little perforated holes and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it was like, wow, whatever. And that was a PDP-8, and it was a PDP-11 when I was in college, and it was like, the CPU was this box that was about I would say 604 centimeters wide by what's 10 inches? I don't know, like this. And it was, and with switches on the front, so that when the thing went down, you could flip the switches and and do the bootstrap loader shit. And it's like, it's a different world.
Hang on, Guy Who Gears, you can't have been on Gen X and Millennial too, because after Gen X was Gen Y, and then they had Gen Z, and then Millennial.
Yeah.
No, Millennial is 1982, and then Gen Z is after Millennial.
Oh, it's Gen Z
Gen
after.
Y.
Okay.
Gen Y got turned into millennial.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, by Houdini? Like, what are you talking about?
No, Gen Y is before Neil.
Houdini
isn't it?
died a long
no.
time
Yeah,
ago.
wait,
No,
Oh.
no. Boomers are before Gen X.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a millennial.
We
I was
are.
born after Gen X.
You know the best thing about Gen X? Fucking
Nothing.
awesome band. I loved Billy Idol back then.
Generation X before Billy Idol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we had D Generation
Yeah.
X, so I think that was way cooler.
We even had a
Generate the
professor
wrestlers,
named after us.
Yeah,
81. Oh yeah, okay. So I get all right. Let's see. I thought there was one in between the two.
Guy Who Gears is
I-
81 years old.
No. Born in 81.
No, it just says I'm 81. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
person is 81 years old. Wow. Thanks for
Because the
checking out
person
show.
above them.
They call the 1978 through 1982 babies Zennials.
What?
Zennials?
What's the years?
Because 78 through 82, because those are the people like me that were born. We got into high school right as a PC at home was normal and the internet became normal. Before you got hooked into the rest of the world, when information started to become really accessible. And then we realized that access to information was not the problem. People are just stupid.
I spent mad time at the. I think that's you, Stephanie. I spent mad time at the library just trying to do stupid ass reports, and then you had to like print stuff out, and then the lady was giving you like the look, like looking down her glasses at you. It was the worst. I used to hate not having my own computer. Absolutely.
Full
hated it.
printer.
My own first personal
Matrix.
computer was a compact luggable, like a suitcase computer with a it had a 10
Megabyte.
whole megabyte hard drive.
Damn.
You know, I think it had the original thing had a Z80 chip, or like it was just slower and shit. But
You can't even get fucking half a nipple with 10 megabytes now on a port.
not really. No.
Yeah, it's true.
Ollie, it's true.
It cost the fucking thing cost like $5,000. It's
Yeah,
like I think in
They're always
1983 it cost $5,000 to get one of these things.
Buy a computer or buy a car.
Yeah, we had
Right.
an IBM PC Junior that we bought in 1986, and it was roughly $1,800 for an 8088 with two 5 1/4 inch floppy drives, a joystick, and a keyboard, and a 64 color monitor or something like that.
That's
And then it also had the two cartridges. And then dad had work paid. I think his work paid for half of it because he could run Lotus 1-2-3 on it. Way back.
I remember Lotus 1-2-3. Oh my god.
It was. Before Microsoft really took over, it was WordPerfect.
Oh yeah, they were huge.
And Lotus and
yeah.
They still make WordPerfect and Lotus 1-2-3, and I have no idea. Who
Yeah,
still uses it.
Corel has WordPerfect these days. Corel.
Did they also buy Lotus, or who bought Lotus?
I don't know.
To the internet.
To the internet. Woohoo!
Google, take me away. Yeah, I remember in high school, our computers that we had in high school, we were taught how to do the punch cards, right? So, you want to do a picture of a house, you had to stack of fucking cards like this that you fed into the
They don't make Lotus 1-2-3 anymore. It is officially discontinued.
Nice. Well,
The house is
R.I.P.
literally like a block house, like something you make out of Lego. 2 windows, a door, and a roof, and a chimney, and of course the surrounding walls. And it took about 15 minutes to print out because
Because it was doing a solid line.
Or when the internet first hit, And fuck, we had shit like Netscape and shit like that. And then
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
browser wars.
you
Yep.
want to, yeah, exactly. And you want to print out like a picture, a naked photo of your favorite celebrity. And you woke up
Oh,
the next
yeah.
morning and it was almost done.
It's a damn shame.
I think you'd sit there and watch it for like an hour, and you'd be like, "Oh, we have achieved nipple." It's like,
We've achieved maximum nipple. I repeat,
Nice.
maximum nip.
Maximum nip. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, it took forever. Oh, see, you've this will probably happened more than once. Stephanie has bumped herself out of the chat by fucking around with her media pad thingy that she's got going on.
Anton, are you there?
Yes.
Did that crazy
Did
thing
you get a
again
new
when
computer?
I did that crazy thing again when I just clicked on something and
Cut
went
it out.
away. I
Knock
don't
it
know.
off.
Stop doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, early dial-up porn was the word. Yeah, the modem. Hey man, I just got a 900 baud modem.
Well, the thing was that you had to buy like Computer Shopper and then dial into somebody's bulletin board service that had
Yeah.
porn
Yep.
on it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
BBSs.
and
That's
and if you dialed the wrong number or you
You had someone screaming on the other end. What but it was great because we used to go into like the BBS chat rooms and stuff like that, and you could play all sorts of games with each other and chat and whatnot. And so we used to, after a while, when you got to know folks after a while, it was all localized, right? So we'd be, hey, let's all get together, and you never saw the biggest group of people that looked like they didn't belong together in one room.
Yeah.
And we called them modem meets. A whole bunch of us went and saw Terminator 2 when that came out. So
Scariest movie ever.
And then there were MUDs that you know the original MMOs were MUDs, the multi-user dungeons, where you could have like a party of 30 and go raiding.
yeah,
Text-based D&D.
yeah.
Text-based. Yeah.
You like fucking chuck grenades in the next room or something and blow people
Only
up.
if-
It was great.
Only if it's 3.5 though, or else Ollie's gonna throw an entire fit.
What
Well,
is
3.5
PPS stand
didn't
for?
exist when those were around.
No, there
And-
was they were labeled differently. So there was the Dicky MUD system, and then there was a different one.
Dickie makes me giggle.
DIKU, I think was how it was spelled.
Oh, okay.
Well, that wouldn't-
Yeah, Dickie.
Why would you pronounce Dicky out of that?
No, DickU.
Dickie. Oh,
DQ.
Dickie too.
DQ.
Too.
DQ.
And
Get
Anton's
in,
back.
as in
Oh,
get into queue.
Get into queue. You figure shit out yet, Anton, or what? Why are you in like this little tiny little fucking screen? Turn the damn thing sideways.
because he's on a
No,
phone.
laptop.
Oh.
That can't be a laptop. A laptop would be a wider screen than that.
I just
Indeed.
said he's not on his laptop.
Oh,
Jesus.
sorry.
Wait,
I misheard
what am
you.
I? What am
I'm allowed
I?
to
dumb?
mishear you, Mikey. Fuck off.
You know I'm stupid. You don't have to tell everybody.
Now Ollie man has his head on top of a bar stool, which is really kind of cool. Like,
Yep.
yeah. All right.
Why is it called? You know, Ox. You know what, Ox? I got 2 words for you, and it ain't happy birthday.
Merry Christmas.
That's actually a kind of a good question. Why is this? Where was the party before?
Oh, that's what it is.
I know.
Hmm.
Big blonde Simeon. Big ball Steve.
Oh, you guys
Oh,
weren't in the
big
party
ball.
before? Oh, you must have lost your invitations or something.
Oh,
We were having-
Or something or other. Yeah.
Anton's gone
Jesus.
haywire.
Anton's going ballistic. He's
Yeah.
under attack.
Anton just got abducted by aliens.
I was just gonna say, it looks like he's getting abducted.
Thought we were going to have the game over music from
Game
some,
over,
arcade
man.
game.
Well,
Game
let's
over.
Oh no! Let's get classic. Tilt.
Tilt.
What about Tilt?
I thought we were gonna have the game over music from Pac-Man.
Yeah.
We all get it.
Big ball syndrome.
I thought since we were talking about aliens, we were going to have some guy yelling, "It's game over,
Big
man!"
buzzing scrotums. What the fuck?
Yeah,
We're
mine are so
doing
big they
what
got to run
BBS
shotgun
stands
with me. in the car.
We're doing a game of what does BBS stand for? Wrong answer.
I know.
I'm just really out here trying to test everybody's chops. You know, I'm seeing what everybody's cooking with today, so I have to figure out how to put a ball out there. Hit the ball off the tee. What you got?
I don't know. Ask Mikey. That's right.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Too Boku.
Oh, no.
No soul brother. Soul brother, how dare you? Even here.
Yeah.
Big boy Swede. He's wearing his big boy pants today.
Big booty Swede.
Big booty Swede.
Nice.
Or thanks. Glad my name doesn't fit in these because that would be unfortunate.
Busty Brew Boo Supreme. That's pretty good.
So I'm back on.
And I kept a straight face the whole time I was typing that.
Just so you know, I've thrown my back out yet again.
Damn
I
it.
did on Monday, but that's why I bought that Dr. Hose thing for the electric little shocky thing. It fucking works wonders, man.
No, what?
After using that, I can stand up straight, Ollie.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's that good a job.
Oh yeah, it's great.
First I've ever talked to that actually bought one.
Yeah.
It's like it's just a rip.
Well, my boss said, "Oh yeah, go get one because it's the only thing that relieves my rotator cuff injury." I'm like, "Oh," he goes, "Yeah, not even physio guys could do that. He goes, this thing
Wow.
is amazing." So I went and got it, and sure shit, the moment I put it on, it started because you get different modes. It goes or it's all kinds of speeds, and it comes in segments, like for a couple, 20 seconds, and it stops. Then it goes 20 seconds, and holy shit, instantaneous relief. No joke.
That's great.
Instantaneous fucking relief.
That's great.
So I'm taking it to work with me tomorrow, so I don't have to use my cane.
And that's how
Bible
Neil
believing
got
suckers.
and that's how Neil got his superpowers because he fell into a vat of antifreeze with his battery pack on, and he became Bane Doc Ock mixture.
Oh, Anton, you're back to your old.
Hello.
And we can hear
There
you.
he is.
Man,
Yeah,
we've got you, and you're not, and you're not like this, and you're actually audible, and yeah, all good.
You don't look, It doesn't look like an episode of X-Files over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought aliens were ducking there at the end of that last one.
With me?
On the other hand, you're all green,
did.
so it
Yeah,
looks
you
kind
came
of
back.
like the Matrix. So it's whatever.
It's the different
Yeah,
camera.
it's the camera that I'm using. Not very good. It's a very awful camera.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why
All you need
the
is a
regular
light.
one doesn't
Just
work.
Get a fucking ring light, Anton.
It's
Hold on 1 second. Guys, excuse me.
oh well,
Thank
actually,
you.
yeah, that's a very good thing.
Sucker.
Are they expensive?
You were going to move into Stag's apartment, aren't you?
I like
Thinking
this.
about
I like this framing of Mikey right now because he looks like he's a bartender. Can you get me a drink right now?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh
Can't
man.
get you a drink, but do you want a toast?
There you go.
Nice.
Where the hell is B?
What is drinking?
Water.
Oh,
Trying to get a
there's
little
B.
healthier these days. A little bit. I think I'm at 3 drinks in
True
3
healthy.
Cool.
Anton, I tried to send you a
Healthy.
message on Twitter, but I can't send you a message on Twitter because you don't accept messages on Twitter.
Go.
I don't know. I looked it up on Twitter, and it says your account is not available, or suspended. I
Oh,
don't even
damn.
know what
Which one?
what was that all about.
He's got a bunch that are blocked.
So-
You probably just found.
Yeah, it's the OnlyFans account. That
Oh, he
you're
was using
doing.
a different one.
Yeah,
I followed you.
yeah. It's the
Well,
one
I
that
might have it
it's
disabled.
kicking.
I don't know how to enable them. I'm
Well, you have to go into your settings and do that.
Well, how do people get a hold of you?
I don't know. Nobody
They-
ever gets hold of me.
Well, how do you get the link to this?
I said that to him.
I
I
That's
call
a miracle,
Anton
actually.
late at night and I say, Anton, what are you wearing?
Hey man, wake up. That's the
All right, I get it, man.
Yeah, I think.
Wait a minute. I
I
think it
can take a
came into
hint.
the wrong room.
I get the message loud and clear. I take a hint, man.
You're right. There's an option for allowing messages from other people.
Yes.
Yeah, click
Yes,
that.
there is.
Well,
Yeah,
now I
push
know.
that button.
If you allow them,
Mhm.
you'll get them. If you don't allow them, you won't.
I didn't know.
I don't get
I
it.
just
Start
discovered
over.
that. I just discovered.
The more you know.
No, really, right? The miracles of Twitter.
The miracles of technology.
Today is a great day for science.
Sure.
That's all I could think of when y'all were saying that.
Somebody called me a nutter. Oh, because of my
Okay.
earlier
Again.
post.
Are
Is
you
that
a
a
nutter?
Canadian thing?
No,
nutter.
nutter
No,
just
that's a
means, like,
Brit thing. It's like
Yeah,
you're a
it is.
nutter.
You're goofy, wacky, nutty.
Speaking of nutters, I heard that John Cleese pulled a nutty at some award ceremony or another. What do you-
John Cleese has been a turf for a while.
Well, not the turf. He wasn't doing turf shit. He was doing like like Italy
doing
owes Britain recompense for Caesar's invasion or something. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's
It's
off the rails these days. It's too
Losing
bad
it.
too.
Losing his grip.
So
Yeah.
I love Monty Python stuff still.
Yep.
Yeah, and Faulty Towers and all that stuff. But you know, geez, you know what, dude? Maybe maybe reevaluate your sense of humor when you're talking about people
Anything today.
compensating Britain, the nation that kind of conquered
Conquered
2/3
most
of the
known
fucking
world.
globe, and you want fucking recompense for what?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For slaughtering Boudica.
Yeah.
Really?
I guess the reason they called me a nutter
Okay.
is because of the tweet I put earlier about in movies when they go underwater, I like to hold my breath and see if I would have survived in that situation. I
do
gotta
that.
tell you, I almost died watching Finding Nemo.
Damn it, Neil. Damn it, Neil.
What?
You know you can't die from holding your breath, eh?
No, I know you can't.
Do you want me here or not?
Yeah.
Oh, is it, we have. I was gonna say,
Okay.
wait, we got an option.
Yeah, I mean, you have options, bro. You always have options. Your show, man. You kick me off if you want. Hi,
I'm not
everybody.
doing it. It's Mike, not me.
Oh,
Flippity
no.
floppity floop.
How convenient. He
Are you
pulled
gonna
the
put me
cane
up
out,
here because I'm a
blamed-
smoker too? You put the smokers together? Are you segregating, bro?
Yeah.
Look
yeah,
at
if you're
me.
telling that, that's-
It's
Not
you
good
know, I
for
don't know.
You can
I
sit in the smoking section is where you can sit with your.
this is
your
the
cigarette.
smoking section right now.
That's
Never
awesome, man.
understood
I love you.
smoking sections on a
cigarette.
plane. You're in a giant tube. Smoke's going.
You know, I
everywhere.
remember like I've gone into some old trucks. Speaking of people smoking in weird places, to us now it's
Smokes
weird.
on a plane.
I went into an old truck stop, and in the stalls in the bathroom, they had ashtrays,
Ashtrays.
and I was like, "Oh my god, I
Yeah.
remember this from when I was a kid." People used to
Yeah.
sit there and take a shit and smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
That should be allowed
mean used
again.
to?
That's the best way to get rid of that.
No.
smoke
Nah,
cigarette.
because if I'm just sitting there to wash my hands, I'm not trying to smell both tragedies at once. No.
All they
done
need to
nothing.
do is make
I've done
2
nothing for you.
unisex bathrooms, one smoking, one non-smoking. You just walk in either one you want.
Yo, if you want to smoke and shit out in public, you take your ass out in the woods like the rest of the bears. Ain't nobody
Smoking shit at home and I smoke in my house.
It's
So,
like
yeah, I don't.
Rogaine.
I just thought it was funny. Like, you ever get on an old, you ever get on like
Can
an
I
old,
borrow your
12
lighter?
old like 20-seater plane and they have the little ashtrays still in the, because they're so fucking old, and you like
Yep.
push it just to see if there's, you got to look to see if there's something in it, right? Push the little flippy lid down. See, the younger people have no idea what I'm talking about, but you guys know the flippy lid.
You
As
already
soon
know
as I see ashtrays
yeah.
on one of those, I just start smoking. I'm like, well, there's an ashtray. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, right.
What
Pull
do
out
you
a
do? Kick
joint.
me off the
Yeah,
plane?
it's
Or-
like,
There's an
hey,
ashtray.
it's,
I thought
Really?
it's joint sized. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, they were pretty tiny because they were
Private
in the armrest.
Never seen one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You've never seen an ashtray?
Oh, yeah.
In an airplane, you say?
Ashtray in
No,
an
no,
airplane
it
arm.
used to be
And
in
Todd,
the arm, you know, the
Yeah.
thing, you know,
Yeah,
an
yeah,
airplane
yeah.
arm. There
Yeah,
used
yeah,
to be
yeah.
a little ashtray there, and you know, the smoking section was usually in the rear of the plane.
Yes.
You know,
And,
'cause
you know,
that's where the
it's,
smoke billows because
Except for the
Right.
little 12, 20 seaters, then every it's all
Center
smoke.
was everywhere.
It was
Yeah,
all
it was
smoking.
everywhere. Yeah.
I remember flying to Florida when I was 6 from Toronto, and the whole plane was. I was like 76. There was no non-smoking. There was no smoking section. It didn't matter where you were
fix your
sitting.
mic, fix your
Yeah,
mic,
everybody
fix
was
your mic,
smoking,
Fix your mic. Your mic's too far away. Fix your mic.
Hey,
Mike's
Anton, have you
far
ever
away.
been in the
There you
ever
go.
been in the back seat of like
How's
a
that?
old ass
There you go.
car where on
Yeah,
the
good.
Many
on the
times.
door handle they have the little ashtrays set into them? Do you remember
Yep.
those?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like those, but it's in the arm of the freaking airplane
Exactly.
armrest.
really.
Exactly the same one. Yep.
Yep.
Little, you push down one side and it flips up sideways, and then you close it. Yeah. Same thing.
Yep.
I remember those too.
And it was just airtight enough so that when you closed it, it would snuff out
It would
whatever.
put the cigarette out. Yep, it always did. It was the
Hmm.
original smokeless ashtray. It literally was. And the ones they make now, I don't know why they call them smokeless, because that shit comes right out the fucking center inside my truck every day. So, wow, I killed the whole fucking mood, didn't I? Damn.
Yeah,
guys,
way
I'm
to go.
sorry.
Well, you know,
You know what? Kick me out, Mikey. Kick me out. Let's
No,
get
No,
back
now
sorry,
you have
I'm
to
just
stay.
looking up some Canuck stuff. That's all.
Oh,
They're-
okay.
They're playing
made
New
you
Jersey
push.
tonight.
Hi, Sky. I see you out there, and Marie, and Ox, and everybody else. Hi, guys.
yeah.
HH.
Am I still audible?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you
Yes,
sound good, man.
Oh,
was that?
okay, cool.
Oh, come on, y'all. I taught
I
y'all.
mean, a
better
little
than this.
distant and echoey, but oh no, I mean, I can't hear you. What'd you say?
There you go. Come on. You never
'Cause my-
confirm
Sorry,
that the
bro.
My screen is
connection
black.
works.
Sorry, man.
So, but it's good to know that I'm still on.
Yeah,
No, we
your-
can see
your
you.
colors are inverted. It's weird. It's like you're upside down, and that's like a negative of a photo. It's very strange.
Really?
Yeah, you look like your face is like bright green, and behind you is like dark cherry
Oh.
red.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's normal.
Hey, you
That's
you
normal.
look like you're in a Magnum
Yeah, I'm-
PI house.
I made that.
Anton's
You
a
don't look
reptilian.
weird. You look fine.
It's the camera.
Mikey's just fucking with you, and I'm playing.
I can't believe it's still going because now everything is black.
I like to hold my breath and see if I would have survived.
Wait, what the?
I don't
What
know.
was that?
I almost died.
Who is that?
I don't know what that is.
That's somebody's
Somebody
watching the
almost
live
died
stream
in
and it's
water,
behind
though.
a couple minutes.
Oh, is
Oh,
someone
that's
doing a,
That's
is
very
that a clip?
behind.
Who's watching a clip?
Very
Do you want
strange.
me here or not?
Good grief.
That's
Not me.
Stephanie.
I've got headphones
That's-
on.
Hang on, we'll find out.
Me?
No, man, it ain't me.
No, it's me. It's me. I've got
Oh, there we go.
my iPhone.
screen
My iPhone.
came back
My
on.
iPhone. My iPhone is going crazy.
Oh,
Oh, that was
Oh.
Stephanie.
You know, Stephanie,
her.
I have to
Kick
ask.
her
this.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
throw me
I'm
out of
kidding.
here.
My
No.
girlfriend is technologically challenged. Are you the same way? She touches electronics and it doesn't want to work right.
No. I just.
Oh, I'm
you know,
that.
I
Were
it was
you-
just
That's how
weird.
she is. It's true. She
Are you
literally was
describing
trying
me?
to fax something one day because I was busy. And, we were all busy up front, so she didn't want to hand it to somebody. She was like, fuck it, I'll just fax it myself because, she's a person and she does those things. And she went to fax it and just wouldn't go. And I turned around, I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, this fax machine hates me. And I was like, oh, it's not you. And she goes, watch this. She walked away. She tried it I watched her try it like 7 or 8 times. She walked away. I didn't touch anything. I hit the send button and it went. And I looked at her and she goes, see? She really, she gets near equipment, it just quits working.
I have bad news, V.
What,
The
man?
the robots have marked her for the cleanse. and the purge.
Yikes.
They've marked her somehow. She's not when the robots do take over. She is especially on their shit list.
What do you mean when they do
confirm
take
that.
over?
I think it's more when it's been revealed that they've already taken over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's in the download.
More like that.
now.
So, question for the group: is anybody else looking forward to the F1 race coming up this weekend? First race of the season.
How do I watch it?
I didn't know there was one coming up.
Where
first
where
race
is
this-
where is it?
Where is this week? I want to say Bahrain. Let me go look.
Okay.
Ollie, I
Bahrain,
live
yeah.
under a rock. I never get notified of anything.
Well, Formula One, the F1 season starts on
Yeah.
first practice is Friday morning, I think.
I'll look it up.
What channel is it on?
I'm in Canada, dude. I don't know where you get it in the States.
You don't have ESPN in
It's
Canada?
it's on TSN, which is ESPN, I guess, in the States.
You don't have ESPN in Canada?
No.
Yeah, they have ESPN up there.
Yeah, we probably do, but like I said, we have TSN, which is the main sports network, the sports network. Right?
How creative.
Right.
They have
I know.
ESPN in the UK.
Really?
Yep. Much more centered on European football, obviously.
There's also there's an online channel you can subscribe to and watch all the races throughout the year on there. I can't remember what it's called.
Ollie, you're fuzzy.
You are fuzzy.
Oh, my mic.
Fuzzy.
It's like
Waka waka waka.
No.
What did-
Visually fuzzy, not
What did you
Oh.
do?
audio. Video.
oh, I've gone blurry again.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're blurry.
You are very blurry.
Looks good to me.
Well,
Doesn't look good to me.
Your
hold it
fingers
right
look-
there. That's
Yeah,
It's
perfect.
not. Yeah,
No, I meant your hand in front of the
Nah,
camera.
yeah, no, yeah, it's no, not happening thing.
um,
I overprotect
Focus on that.
Ben's here
I
now.
got you. I got you.
Ben's here
Ben.
now. Oh, okay.
There we go. Now you don't have to feel alone, Ollie.
I know.
Now you're not alone.
I got to be honest with you. I think I might go pick up a new mic or a new camera sometime soon.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Buy a cheap one, like I did.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
did
what
that
I-
experience already. Yay! I'm back.
Everyone has to learn that lesson on their own. You can try to talk them out of it all you want. Just let them
Well,
waste
it
their
wasn't.
money.
It's
And
the
then-
Like
truth
it
there.
wasn't the cheapest
And-
one.
Just let them waste
Our
their
Twitter,
money, and then
I sent it to
they'll
you.
agree with you eventually.
Ben's here.
So,
Like the
8:19
super cheap
PM.
one was like $30 and then $50 and $70. The one I bought was
Mikey's not paying
$150.
attention.
I didn't think I was getting that bad.
Hello, Ben.
I literally just walked through the door. I've been
Oh, hi,
I've been on-
Ben.
I've been on since 7 this morning. We had 5 procedures and a
Nice.
half day of clinic because 3 cardiologists are on spring break. So guess who's covering? My attending.
well,
And guess
no,
who
I
gets to
wonder.
stay with him all the whole
You.
time? Me.
Good experience, though, bud.
And it's
You're a good
experience
Samaritan.
of me standing there while he does his workaholic thing. Like here's the thing about med school, okay? Like I'm gonna rant a little bit. So they're all
Great.
like, mental health is so important, and like make sure you're taking care of yourself. And then they're also like, if you're not miserable, you're not working hard enough. So it's like, what the fuck do you want us to do? Like, do you want us to be miserable or do you want us to take care of our health? Because we can't do both of them.
Well, no. You just need to focus on miserable health.
It was rhetorical.
You know, coping with misery. That's the way.
Because literally what they do, they're like, yeah, well, you all are too depressed. So you just need to take some time for yourself. So then instead of giving us time to ourselves, like to get therapy and shit, they're like, here's homework on how to watch for your mental health. Like they make us do busy work on it.
There you go.
Like,
Right
are you
there.
kidding me? I don't need to watch another PowerPoint on why
Here, have
mental
this
health is
done by
important.
tomorrow.
Like I know
already
what
had
I need
homework.
to do, but I can't do it.
They should give you inflatable bouncy houses.
That would be a step in the right direction.
I want a job where we have one of those.
Tell you
Yeah.
the truth, not even mad at that. I know it was a joke, but it's kind of growing on me as I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
I'll take a bouncy house. I'll take
I'd get into
it. Yeah,
Like, seriously.
Fuck it. That.
I'm gonna go change out of my scrubs now. I'll be right back.
You should.
Well, you still have them on?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, not the hospital scrubs though. I changed out of those already. These are mine.
Oh.
You're wandering around with the attendant scrubs.
No, those guys have that thing on their jacket.
Came in hot, didn't
They
he?
don't have blank jackets.
Just a tad,
Yeah, I
yes, you
love
did.
that.
Yes.
A little fired up.
Neil, those ring lights, are they expensive?
No, like $30
really.
maybe.
Yeah,
$30
they're
one.
not expensive.
Yeah,
They're not
It's
expensive.
just a LED. They can't charge you too much for it.
exactly.
Oh.
It's
I have
just
an
the
old-
design of
old,
it being circular puts the light out circular and makes you look more fully lit.
I use
was
one of those
it?
old fucking lamps, you know, the stand-up lamps with the old ones
A
used
little
to catch
Pixar
on
looking
fire.
joint.
Really?
No.
Can
like
you
those
show
ones
us?
that Catch on fire.
No, the ones that point straight up and the globes like this, and they used to be glass, and
Yeah.
then they made them plastic because they would fall over and break, and people were getting hurt.
Yeah,
And they're just
your
one
house is
single
burned down.
stand and about
And
this big around on the top.
also a little tiny lamp, little desk lamp that
Like that?
kind of
Oh,
held down.
like the one Ollie's
Yeah,
showing?
no, but it's actually
But
it
inverted.
opens up this way. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
inverted.
Oh, I have one of those. I broke
He
it.
is a lamp expert. B know all about the lamps. Shit.
They all break. Because,
Be
dude,
right
I was
back.
there when they brought those lamps out, and I picked up the glass. I know.
Right. I was
I
in the
know.
dark. I was going to turn the lamp on, and I broke it because it was dark.
Well, you should have turned the light on so you could
This one's
see.
for Australia. We're down under.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, of
Why
course.
are you
Use a
sitting in the
flashlight, bro.
dark?
Why do you think they make flashlights, man?
You might knock it over and break it.
Sky, if you were near me, I would get you so ripped right now. I have plenty. And it's medical grade, so it's good. Came right down from Canada. No,
Okay.
it's not true. It's actually what I buy is grown local. I have a dispensary I go to. Everything's grown local, and it's great here because you can be driving down the road and you drive by one of the main dispensaries where they're growing it. You're like, oh, there's a growery right
You
there.
guys remember
Every
how full that
neighborhood
was?
here.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah,
just
no,
like
that's
pointed-
pretty much how it is here in the city I work in. Oh, up the road from it, yeah, that's how it is.
You guys remember how full that was on Thursday, right?
No.
No, I really did not keep track.
Jesus.
Put a line on it
Well,
for us next time.
it was full.
It was full.
on
Yeah.
Thursday. It was full on
Thanks,
Thursday. It's
remember.
only half full now.
Dude, I'm so glad I'm a lightweight and I don't have to spend that much money on weed. I'm such a lightweight.
Well,
It's
that's
great.
why I had to find some place where I'm only paying $40.
I only smoke like 3 or 4 bowls a night. You're over there like fucking, packing
You're
a
smoking
fucking
a U-Haul
quarter into the
full.
Gondolf pipe. And
But
what'd you say, Neil?
You're smoking a U-Haul full.
Yeah,
it's gonna-
right. Exactly. I
What's
mean, it's a
that,
5x8, but still, it's a U-Haul.
Hooks up surgical tubing to the back of a U-Haul, just lights the top of the U-Haul on fire.
So what's
Oh,
that?
yeah,
Ollie?
that's
You
good
said
shit.
you-
All I've ever got. It's Blue Dream mixed with white U-Haul paint.
Yeah, it's my new U-toke.
I remember when you had to smoke that much to get high back in the day.
Right? Say,
Yeah.
Let me get that. Oh,
maybe
Ollie,
that's what it
what-
is.
What's that, Ollie? You
Twist a
bought more
nug and it
weed?
goes seeds flying everywhere.
What's it, Ollie?
You can't even find seeds.
Did I
these
buy
days.
more
I'm gonna
weed?
do it.
I
I'm
know.
gonna do it. I'm gonna say
You
it.
find a seed, you're like, oh,
Fuck yeah,
ooh.
you stick that in a pitch in a pot. I did that once, Stags, I had a townhouse, and we went away for the weekend and shit. And I just said, hey, look at this one. This one's like perfect. Like this is like a planting seed. And my ex goes, well, what do you want to do with it? And I said, I don't know. So we had a big potted plant. It was starting to die, and it was just like this little scrawny thing. So I just stuck it down in there and covered it up. Stuck it about thumb deep, you know?
Yeah.
And so about like a week so later, we'd leave on the weekend. We go out camping and stuff. We come back, and I got a fucking pot plant sticking up. And I probably didn't notice it for a couple of days and just didn't know. But I don't know how long it was. Could have been 2 weeks. Could have been 4 weeks. Whatever. I was smoking too much pot back then. I don't remember. But anyways, point is,
Too much.
we came back and I had a pot, and I was like,
Interesting.
dude, I could get arrested for just having that plant. So I gave
Yeah.
that bitch out and threw it down the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Because we had so much weed in our house, it was ridiculous. We had shit tons of weed always. So I wasn't trying to get anybody to go, oh, pot plant. You know, I should look further. So, yeah, they'll grow anywhere. That's why they call it weed. Grows like a weed.
It's pretty good, but if you want to grow quality stuff, you gotta give it some attention, you know, give it some love and affection, you know.
Shit, I lived in the hills of West Virginia for years when I was a kid. My mom transplanted us to out in the middle of boonies amongst all these rednecks. It was really weird. But anyways, people would just go up and just throw seeds on the ground up in the woods, you know, and they'd find that spot where, you know, it gets the morning sun or the evening sun or whatever that's good for them. And we would be walking through the woods and be like, oh my God, look at all that pot. And it wasn't like, you know, a field of it, but it was like 5, 6, 8 plants in a little clump. And then you walk further and you get to somebody else's fence about 20 feet away from their fence on the other guy's property. That's what they do. Another group of 5, 10, maybe 4 plants. And you would just walk through the woods. You could just find it. Unfortunately, when I started smoking pot, I never had the motivation to walk through the woods anymore. So I never got free weed, and I ended up buying it because of pot. But but I could have before I smoked it.
Dude, anywhere where they're growing weed outside here, they got cameras up. You go on that property, they're showing up on TVs 10 minutes after you get there.
Yeah, fuck cameras. They have greenhouses here. Everything's in a greenhouse, and you cannot get in that bitch. You ain't walking in there.
I'm thinking 15, 20 years ago when it was still illegal.
Ever
since it's been legal here, my mom has been trying to grow pot every year since it's been legal here. She has yet to grow good pot. It's all crappy pot. But I mean,
my friend's parents in Colorado.
What you need are good plants. I mean, I have a couple of friends who have been farmers in Maine, and they're when Maine legalized medical weed, they were farming medical weed. You know, they made their primary business was edibles, but they grew the plants and all of this stuff. And but what you need are good plants to begin with. That's what you need.
I agree.
It's good clones. Anyway, I forgive me for interrupting, but remember when I was telling you the little story about the tooth and all of that stuff and leaving a note on their pillow and all that. So what my shrink sent me when I was in recovery and from GRS was this. It's the tooth fairy. It was like, holy fuck, you know, when it's, you know, that was just one of the most wonderful things ever. It's like, wow, you know, that is one of the most thoughtful things anybody's ever done.
Every single time you smoke, you didn't do much, then you have some probably natural, just sort
resistance.
Resistance to it.
I would assume.
Or it did work and you just didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Well, it also depends, you know.
It
also depends on what kind of pot you smoke too, because I could smoke sativa. I smoke sativa during the day at work. I go out and hit it here and there randomly, and you know, say I'm gonna go have a cigarette, and I smoke like half a cigarette, and I'll take a few hits off of that. It doesn't make me stoned. It just brings me down a little bit. You know, calms me down and keeps actually tamps down my ADHD better than freaking Adderall, to be honest with you. But I don't get high off of this. But if I smoke indica, I'm fucking stoned. Right, exactly, Ollie. Yeah.
The other thing too is a lot of people the first 2 or 3 times they smoke pot, they really don't get anything out of it because it almost has to be in your system to reactivate.
What is it with your mic?
I don't know, bro. It's cutting
Get noise reduction shit going on.
Yeah, what are you
Some
doing?
weird going on.
What are you doing, Ollie?
I'm not doing anything.
You want to know what you sound like, Ollie? This is what you sound like.
Hey,
So, anyways, I was doing this and then I'm talking and stuff and going on and blah blah.
No, that's not doing anything.
Yeah, you
That's
did
the same
nothing.
volume.
No.
It
Wrong
only
one.
goes down for you,
You,
not for us.
it's not working.
So this
got
doesn't
you,
do
though.
shit. Okay. Well,
No.
Yeah, I turned my
No, it
volume
doesn't. You thought he was doing something?
well, obviously, I thought it was doing something. It's a volume button.
If you if
Oh,
you have a
It doesn't work.
if you have a mic jack, if you have a mic jack on your mic, I mean a headphone jack on your mic, that's volumes for your headphone jack.
What it does?
Because I have one too, and I thought it was for my mic at first, and it wasn't. It was for my headphone jack.
Right. I mean,
So I was like,
It's
I
not
don't
doing
get it. What-
anything though.
yeah.
Neil,
Oh.
No.
if you were using a wired headset and it was plugged into your Yeti, which some people
Yes.
do, then that's the volume control that way.
That's what I was trying to say,
You're
yes.
using Bluetooth.
I'm doing the same thing. Can you see any difference in my volume? Or am I having the same problem I was having a few
No.
minutes ago?
No,
no,
that's not
you're,
what-
I'm
you're-
not sure.
It's
It-
more. It's more consistent, Ollie.
Okay.
Yeah, keep doing that.
Yeah, keep
Whatever
turning
you're
that
doing
back and
now,
forth,
Playing with it
balls
the
keep
whole
over.
doing
time
that.
you're on.
It just
And don't fuck it
every
up.
time you talk.
Well done, Stephanie.
Exactly.
You have learned.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1,
7,
2,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
1, 2, 1, 2.
That was louder.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Check 1. Check 2.
Oh, I thought we were going around with a mic check. I didn't know what's
check,
going on.
cash.
Sorry.
Testes.
No, that was
testes,
the-
1, 2,
I have a
testes.
question for Stephanie.
Can you imagine
okay.
how bored the audience is right now with this?
No, I have a question for Stephanie.
Okay.
Should
Yeah.
I have a question for Stephanie because so we all know about the Mayo
Stephanie,
debate.
bring up
We
the
know you're
question.
on the right. I'm working on it. Let me get there. I've been working all fucking day.
Mike.
I will come after you, boy.
I'm really
Anyway.
having a hard time hearing Dr. Ben with all you yahoos basically interrupting.
Yeah, like I'm not
Everybody
playing around.
shut
there.
up. Listen to my
So-
little bro.
We all know
Oh.
about the Mayo debate, and we know that Stephanie is on the correct side of the Mayo debate.
Yeah.
But where do you fall when it comes to ranch? I need to know.
I'm not a big ranch fan, to be honest.
Okay, we
I
can't be
hope
friends
that's not
anymore.
the-
Bye.
I
Still
hope
friends
that's
with
not
me,
too
dumbass.
disappointing. It's just, I'm just not. I'm more blue cheese, which
Okay,
Yes.
fair.
which
Yes.
I
love blue
think
cheese.
is close to ranch, but it's got a little bit more oomph to it.
Mm-hmm.
More
Not even
curdle.
close.
See, that's fine as long as you're not like anti-ranch.
mold in
It
it.
can be
Oh
okay.
no! I'm certainly not anti-ranch. I mean,
Okay.
how could
you
one
can't
be
have that.
anti-ranch?
I mean,
Who
the
doesn't
best thing
like
ever
ranch?
on carrots is ranch dressing. That you,
You know-
can't use anything else with carrots. It's just wrong.
You know, here's where okay, mayo is like
Sperm.
an emulsion that you make with oil and egg, and it's actually
Mhm.
kind of tasty. Where I draw the line is Miracle Whip. I absolutely
Oh, God.
no
It's called
fucking
salad
way.
dressing. It's
Yeah,
called salad dressing.
Yeah,
It doesn't
no,
say-
no,
it
no,
doesn't- now
no.
they made it
You
sandwich
don't make
spread,
a
but it used to be
lobster
salad
roll
dressing.
with fucking Miracle Whip. You
Right.
just don't do it.
I don't even know what
bad.
What I
that
put
is.
in my tuna.
It's bad. Miracle Whip is
What's
Miracle Whip
bad.
in your
There's
tuna?
no
What's
fucking
Miracle
love
Whip?
it.
mayonnaise. It's mayonnaise
You-
with paprika in it.
It's
No,
not.
it's a little
bro,
more
it's
than
too
paprika.
sweet. It's like a bunch
Really?
of sugar. It's like put
You're
sugar
all
in
out of your
mayonnaise.
minds. It's the same thing.
It is not the fucking same thing at all, Stag.
It's
You-
flavored
Spicy
mayo.
mayonnaise.
Is what it
It's
is.
spicy
I know
mayo.
you, bro. You're
I'm
just
gonna head
stirring
out.
shit.
I'll
It
see
is
you
not
guys
the-
later.
Oh,
We're
bye,
grossing
sweet.
out.
Have a good
We're
one,
grossing
Sweet.
out,
Bye,
sweet.
Bye, sunshine.
Like, you fuckers talking about Miracle Whip. What the hell? I like Miracle Whip.
I don't mind Miracle Whip.
All right.
My brother likes that shit too, Richard.
Have any of you had Japanese mayo? Because that stuff's legit. It's also
Yeah,
very
that
high
stuff
in
is
sugar.
legit. Yes, indeed, I have, and it's really good, actually.
And it's also very high in sugar,
I
but
don't
it's
think
very
I have.
good.
It's not
Mhm.
fake mayo.
You mean high in taste?
Mayo with spices.
High in taste, yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Japanese mayo is pretty good, yes.
Yeah, see, here's the thing that I realized though with the whole like mayo debate that goes on in the transatlantic community.
Yeah.
Is that so? I know Katie's reason for
Well,
hating it is because of the texture, which
It's
okay, fine. I'll
slime.
give
It's
her that.
slime. It's slime. It's slime.
But here's
it's
here's the
slime.
thing though, that like I try to get them to understand this is that the formulation of mayo in the UK is vastly different than mayo in the US. Mayo in the UK is made with like I think it's like more vinegar and less egg. And US mayo is made with more egg and less vinegar. So it's like
Mhm.
ours is creamier
Mm-hmm.
and like less sour.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see why they'd be grossed out by their stupid UK food, but they have to make it right.
Right, yeah. Hell yeah. You don't need a bunch of vinegar in your mayo. It's wrong anyways.
Well, I'd like to shift the entire debate to Marmite versus Vegemite. I think that would be more productive.
I vote trash
They both
can.
taste very similar, though.
Don't have a
They
clue.
are, but
I've only seen them on
They
TV.
taste very similar.
yeah, but there's it would be more productive to get the Aussies and get the Pommies and the Aussie and the Brits to argue amongst themselves and leave the mayo alone.
Leave the mayo alone. Yeah.
Leave the mayo
Yeah.
alone. Just
Okay,
continue
everybody, Vegemite or what?
argue about your fucking the dregs that come out of the bottom of your beer barrels and how you spread that shit around. It's like leave the mayo out of it. Really, seriously.
Oh, here we go.
There's the disclaimer.
Mikey, are you saying you're a Miracle Whip man?
That's not.
I got a bottle of Miracle Whip in the fridge. There's nothing wrong with it.
Me too.
No, I'm asking. Mikey, are you a Miracle Whip man?
No.
Or are you a mayo man?
I don't eat bread
pick a
anymore.
side, bro.
For the most part,
I don't eat bread
very
very often either.
I have
Yeah,
like no
only when I
bread for
make
sandwiches in
sandwiches.
the house.
I'm drinking bread right now.
So
Yeah,
you're not
literally.
getting into the debate. Okay, Mikey.
I'm
So
drinking
beer
my
is
bread.
liquid bread.
Yes, you
I
are
don't eat-
drinking bread.
I don't eat that stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it just
You don't
randomly
eat beer,
shows-
you drink it. Oh, never mind.
If you had a toasted cucumber sandwich, what would you put on the bread?
Fuck
Wasn't for me.
that. No.
You know what's
fucking
better
way.
You
than
put
mayo
cream
on
cheese.
almost? That's not a bad idea.
No cream cheese.
Well, you know what's better than mayo on almost any sandwich that you will ever make? That's like, a deli-ish sandwich. It's fucking avocado.
Actually, that is true. That
Avocado is
absolutely
so
true. Absolutely
good.
true.
What you do is you pre-mix it up in a bowl and get it all smooshed and into a nice like guacamole kind of, spreadable. Put a little salt and pepper in it, and then if you want, actually, the cream
Throw it
cheese
away.
isn't a bad idea.
See,
either,
Well,
but
you also
you
put
can
mayo
add-
in your avocado.
Where the mayo is
you
outlawed.
can add a little bit of mayo to it. I do that sometimes, but I mean the mayo does with it mixes really good. Man, that's even if you mix it with mayo, that is the shit on fucking. That's it. That's the best thing.
Where the mayo is outlawed is on a boat. You just don't. If you make. You're going out for a sale, right? You're going out for a race, right? You're gonna do shit. You don't have there's no refrigeration on the fucking boat. There's so you don't want mayo on your fucking you don't want mayo on your sandwiches, which is where the avocado comes in, and the avocado is makes it happen.
It is it's banging, isn't it? It's so good.
Absolutely.
You guys haven't tried that?
Me?
And also,
honestly,
you don't want it to be confused with the semen.
Ew! I knew someone was going to say something related to. I don't want mayo on the boat because of cock. I knew it was going to happen.
Isn't this a PG-13 server?
The sailors. What are you talking?
But
the sailors.
But something that's so good, going back to the cream cheese thing, like especially if you're gonna have cucumber on a sandwich, like cucumber, or even like some like smoked turkey and some chive, like the onion and chive cream cheese.
Smoked salmon.
So good. So good.
Actually,
Yeah.
often instead of
I'm
Salmon
liking
and
this.
lox.
Matter of fact, I'm getting a little bit.
often instead of using like mayo or whatever for tuna sandwiches, I use cream cheese.
Do you?
So good.
I've never tried
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep, really good.
Yeah.
Just plain cream cheese. Whip it up, little salt, pepper.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Get it warm and soft and smash it up. And
Fuck that.
you know what? I'm gonna try
Smash
that.
it up
That
and
sounds
throw it
good.
in.
You put salt and
That
pepper in it.
does sound
What else
good.
you put
That
in it?
actually
Pepper.
does sound really
Yeah.
good.
Do you ever put onion in it?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, I've put onion in my, but I mean just a small amount. But
Fuck that. I don't do onions.
I do like a little bit of onion in it sometimes.
Unless they're onion
but,
rings.
Well, that's different. That's
Well,
not really an onion, isn't it?
Well,
Well,
yes,
it
it
though.
is.
It's got an onion
Doesn't have the
inside
onion
batter.
stink though.
I think Mikey ought to weigh in. It's like onion rings, dude. That does
I have very, 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 very strong feelings about onions.
okay.
Kill
Hello?
all
Would you care to
onions.
share or
Kill all
because it looks like
onions.
you got a great big huge onion ring and
Kill all. How dare you besmirch the pride of my great city with your slander of onion love? Onions are
Your
a plague upon
slander
the,
of onion love. That's what he said.
onions are a plague
Onion
upon the
love.
world.
Are onions
And
are
it's
a
my
plague
job.
on this world? Is that
It's
what you're
my-
telling me?
It's my
Fucking
job to
love
destroy
onions.
every onion I can get my hands on.
Oh my
So
god.
many layers. Can't figure them out.
They taste so bad. They smell so bad. If I smell them, I can taste it at the roof
I
of
don't
my
know,
mouth.
dude.
I
There's something
hate
to
it.
be
I
said
hate
about
it.
grilling onions. That smell will lure people in.
I literally closed my door and
Oh,
lit
I
candles
can't
and hid in
stand
my
the smell of
office
onions.
while my wife was sweating some onions for some food. I was like, "This is the worst day of my life. I hate this house. I don't want to live here."
I'm
anymore."
leaving you.
Oh my god.
Dude, I hate it. It is like bear spray for me.
How
Wow.
did I open this can of worms?
Wait,
This is
in
bad.
Canada,
Yes, Ox.
there-
Yes, Ox. We know avocado is directly relates to the word testicle. We know, honey. It's okay. Let's just
Kinda.
move on from
That's
that.
a little bit of a. That story has been stretched.
Well, yeah.
Huh?
Sometimes you gotta stretch it.
It is slightly connected somewhere,
Is
but
this,
it's not
is
where
this
it's
a
derived
Canadian
from.
myth?
No, I
Avocado
didn't
and
start it.
testicle? What the fuck?
We didn't-
What are you
Ox
talking
put it
about?
in chat.
Something
Ox put it
about-
in
yeah, what
chat.
the hell?
Yeah, what
Where the
hell?
word comes from, meaning like some kind of. Anyways,
Don't blame Canadians for what Ox has to say. Jeez.
no, I didn't say anything about. Who the
So,
fuck
do,
said
do you
anything about
have
Canada?
do you
I
have
didn't
in
say-
Canada these oranges that are black,
No,
like
what?
inside?
What?
Nope.
Nope.
Wow.
Those are chocolate
Are you
oranges.
talking blood
Yeah.
orange?
You mean, yeah, you talking Terry's chocolate oranges? Yeah, we have those. Those are
Gonna
great.
say,
Wait. They're different?
Man,
crack
what
that
are we
sucker
talking
open,
about
little
here?
slices of orange
Different?
chocolate.
Positive.
We have blood oranges, but not well.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
actually,
kind of reddish.
we really
and
grow them here in Canada.
They got
It's
cripple
not the right
ones, too.
climate.
What are
Two on
those?
black ones.
Blood
They're-
oranges are red. They're red inside.
Yeah.
They're orange on the outside, but they're red on the inside instead of orange.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't mean grapefruit?
No.
No,
That's
I'm sure
pink
we
on the
don't mean-
inside. We mean like
Grapefruit is
red.
different.
Red,
Not as dark as pomegranate, but red.
not as dark as pomegranate.
Not as dark as pomegranate, but red.
No, but I've seen these oranges that are all like brown, or almost black inside.
On
That's
the
a blood.
inside, I've
That's a
never
blood
seen
orange. That's a blood orange.
Yeah,
that.
probably.
No.
That's what he's
They're
talking about.
dark red. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you sure?
it's almost like a wine. It's so wine colored it looks brown.
Right. What's
In
up
the
with
wrong
that?
light, it could look.
Blood orange, right here, buddy.
Oh damn! I didn't know they were that dark. I'm thinking.
Yeah,
about
what the hell is
Yeah,
up
there
with
you
that?
go.
Why are they so dark?
Hey yo, it's alright being dark skinned sometimes. Shit.
Yeah, but
So
being
red.
dark on the inside ain't okay, Mikey. That's
Yeah, what the hell?
soul shit.
Yo,
there,
I'm
bro.
blackety black.
There's
black,
a version. There's a version that actually has like almost a dual color. The
That's
orange
Wow.
version. Yeah.
There are no oranges
See,
like
the
that
one,
over
the
here.
blood oranges I've seen before, I've only seen them like one time in person. They were not that dark. They were like the lighter part of that. So
More like
maybe
this
I'm
one.
not totally nuts. Maybe it comes in both.
There's different varieties of these too. Just
Well,
like there
yeah,
are
okay, that's
regular
what it
oranges,
is
right?
then.
So
Okay.
That's just so weird.
Yep, you can buy them. You can buy them online if you want. Blood oranges are very tasty.
Yes, indeed, they are.
They are.
One of my
You probably thought, oh, they look so black because of stuff like this, right? You see pictures like that.
Yeah. Well, I was like, why are they black? What the hell is wrong?
Oh, they're red.
Yep. I mean,
Maybe
they're just the
orange
color
people.
of blood. I
They're
guess
good.
I didn't know they came. That
I've
dark.
never had one.
They're
I've only
good.
seen them in movies.
I've never had one that dark.
Ooh,
That's why they
I
look
don't
so
like
alien to
overhead.
me.
Did you just
They're
puke
little-
in your mouth, Mikey?
no, I thought I was
What?
drinking water and it was fucking Monster.
Ooh,
Monster.
Monster.
It was like
Monster's so
Wow.
good.
Dear
I was like,
God.
oh, blah, 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 brain.
I drink that stuff all the
What's
time.
that?
No, Mark, I do not like onions. I don't like raw onions. I mean, if you grill the crap out of them, caramelize them, I'll eat them, or in onion rings. And nope, not even on pineapple pizza.
You
I
can
do
give
not
your-
like green
Really?
eggs and ham. I do not like
Do
them.
not like
Sam,
them,
I am.
Sam. I am.
Well,
Yeah.
if
Fried up
anybody wants-
onions in like ground beef for spaghetti sauce. I don't mind.
No, I hate
All
that. I
right,
wish people would
all
stop
right.
They're
doing that.
liquefied into something. That's
How do you all feel about anchovies?
love
Yes.
Those are
anchovies.
fine.
Yes.
Absolutely disgusting. Cannot
on
stand to be in
Why?
the same room with them.
Okay.
I'm a
They're
super
nice.
taster. All I can
It's
taste
right
is
out
like
of the
rotten
can.
fish.
Which is funny because
Rotten
Beck's
fish
also
and
Italian.
Too much salt. Rotten
Beck's
fish and too
also
much salt.
Italian.
Never been able to eat
you
them.
know.
Love
I
them.
split a pizza with somebody one time, and they put anchovies on their half. You know, you get
That's
those
a
big
dick move.
larges.
That's a dick move. You
Dude,
shouldn't
the
put
whole-
something so
It is
controversial
a
like
dick move.
anchovies on a
Just
split
saying.
pizza.
Like a
That's
dead
bullshit.
fish.
I'm gonna do that one time.
I'm not
And
paying.
I got the
you
whole
know, my favorite pizza. I mean, it doesn't involve pineapple, although I'm not opposed to pineapple on pizza. My favorite pizza is black olives
Hell
and
yeah.
anchovies.
Mm.
I can see
I
that.
love
A
olives.
little
And-
cheddar
and-
cheese
and-
in there too.
And
Can you take the anchovies off?
and it's like I go into the pizza place. I ask for hairy fish and eyeballs, and they know exactly what I want. It's perfect.
That's
Throw a
all
little
the
feta
flavor.
cheese on that too.
See,
Yeah, some
Very
some
good.
grated feet
Fetid,
dust.
fetid cheese.
Boba Fetted cheese.
That doesn't even sound good.
mm.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there are bacteria that live on your body that they could scrape from your body and add the correct chemicals to and make cheese from it.
Really?
I'm not surprised. I'm not
It's
surprised.
absolutely true.
Oh,
I am surprised.
I am leaving
Sure,
the
why not?
internet forever. Well, it's been real.
I don't
y'all.
think I would
I've
ever
heard too
eat
much.
body cheese, dude.
I know. I don't know what to
They
do.
think I could
actually
do it.
make it.
Body
So-
cheese.
Do I get to pick the body part?
See, that
Yep.
makes me go right to head cheese, which makes me go right to.
A lot of it
I
comes
just
from your
can't.
feet, armpits.
Which bacteria?
I can't remember the name. It's not going
Okay.
to.
It's Cheetos uranium tonium.
Uranisium, tonium, yeah,
Anus,
Wow,
anus
you
melicus,
know,
body oticus.
testicalis.
Speaking
Well-
of,
From under knees.
Yeah, it gives a whole new. No, yeah, a little bit of head. Never mind.
Yeah, there it is.
speaking of chemistry, though,
Mm,
at some point,
Yeah, that's what
I
it's
gotta
talking
bring Neil on Medical Myths to talk about chemistry pseudoscience with me.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be
Oh
super
my
fun.
god, you guys should totally do that.
You get to you'd get to pick the myth as long as it overlaps with something I've studied. Then we're
GMOs.
golden. We could definitely do GMOs. I definitely want to do an episode on that.
I'm a
I'd actually
GMO.
like to learn more about that. So please, yes, educate me without me having to
Yeah.
make an effort of
Oh,
reading something.
I'm not that.
I know a lot about
educated
that
in it,
too,
but I do
but-
know quite a bit about it.
Nice.
Yeah, we can do a good one on that.
They're completely
yeah?
misunderstood.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
guys doing it? What's Saturday?
I'll message Neil off stream and we can
Oh,
talk about it
okay.
a date.
Got excited.
MSG, yeah, that's another good one. Yeah,
That's another-
Like
yeah.
Upward Garden.
Yeah, that's
MSG is
another
very
one.
misunderstood.
It's incredibly misunderstood.
And it started off being like racist. It was a
Yeah.
racist.
I know,
Just
right?
Chinese
Yeah.
food. Oh, what?
Hell. I'm like,
Like,
oh,
it's literally
look,
just
in this
salt.
too.
It's literally
made in
salt.
US.
It's a salt,
Salt
sugar,
and sugar, yeah.
salt,
Yeah.
sugar bond.
Compounds that you already make in your body. Like you
Indeed.
already, yeah.
One molecule of sugar plus one molecule of sugar and one molecule of glucose, basically, which is sugar.
So you said sugar and
So
sugar.
it's like,
It's a salt sugar mix that brings out the flavor, enhances the flavor of food.
Yep. It's just like you shouldn't use excessive amounts if you like have issues with salt.
Yeah.
But like if apart from a medical reason not to have like an excess of those compounds, then like it's not a problem. Just like don't like eat it straight out of the bag probably. But like
You don't
know,
tell me.
Yeah,
I live my life.
Sherlock.
Not my real dad.
It's really good.
I like MSG in my coffee in the morning. Brings the flavor out.
Actually,
I
you
probably
can.
would.
You can put a dash of it into your coffee.
See,
you can do
no,
that.
I'm
Just
kidding.
not a whole bag of it. Just don't go
no,
crazy.
Literally.
But it's like
don't go
what to
nuts
do.
with it, but
Cup
Pinch
for
of it.
cup.
fine.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing. Like, don't go nuts with the sugar, like the plain sugar or the plain salt. Like, just I mean,
Whatever.
Well, I was gonna say,
good.
you,
Whatever.
The
Moderation.
best
I
thing
knew
to
you were
do-
going to say that. There's the M
Best
word,
thing
everybody.
to do,
Listen.
what we used to do at work, where I worked in our coffee machine, you take a little bit of MSG because we had it in the powder form, and you sprinkle a tiny bit inside the where you put the grounds, a little bit on top, and then run it through. Yeah,
I have
Just
because
a
I
little
have
bit.
some. I have some MSG.
Yep. Put a
So,
little
yeah.
bit down
Hey, yo,
when your
you got
coffee
that
grounds.
MSG?
Sprinkle a little bit on, and then run.
You
the
can
cycle.
buy it at like any
Hey, Ben.
Asian market.
You
Hey, Ben.
can also buy it.
You got that
You
MSG?
can buy it in a Spanish market. It's like Goya makes MSG.
Oh.
Their Goya seasoning is basically
Yeah.
just all it is MSG. It's like
So
Yeah.
Ben, you got that?
Did
You
you-
got that
hey.
MSG
I
though?
didn't know that.
I do. I
Did
got
you guys
some.
know that Ewan McGregor was
I-
releasing a cannabis-infused coffee? It's
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Higher Ground.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was about to take over the earth. That's what he was about to do.
Higher ground,
Bezos these nuts. He's about to be the
Like
richest
that
man ever.
shit. bro. You can be high and be energetic at the same time. So you're just like, hey, man, what's up?
Does it actually get you stoned, or is it just like one of those stupid gimmicks?
No,
where they're like,
it's not going to get you stoned.
yeah, then it's
Dude.
Might get
people
you
add
pumped,
like
though.
weed to everything. Like you can get this CBD chapstick, like
Yep.
it's $10.
I'm gonna have smoke.
Fucking so dumb.
All right, man.
You are
There's
going,
so much-
Neil.
there's so
I
much
might not
grift.
be here when you get back, brother. So
He
There's
said
so
you
much
have to
wait. He
grifting
popped
in
back.
What? You leaving?
taking off.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
taking off
Leaving.
right after I finish this joint.
All right. Well, if I come back and you're gone, it was great having you back in, Ollie.
Yeah, you were.
I'll be,
You were absent from school there, Mr. Ollie, man.
I was away playing cards. Sorry.
I know, I love you too.
Who's
The
that?
show went
Who's
on
Mr.
without
B?
you.
skipping school to
We-
gamble. I don't know.
Who's that?
You know, Ollie,
Who's that
man.
be?
So,
Yeah.
so at first, like we were like, oh, I wonder where Ollie
That-
is, and then we're like, oh, maybe something happened, and then
That
like
cat.
all of us had in our head for just a second,
Kitty.
like, I hope nothing bad happened to him, but then we're like, but that's
I
not gonna
told
stop.
Sabrina the night before that.
But that didn't stop us from still talking about you, even though you might have been hit by a flying volcano and died tragically, but we were still gonna get those jokes in, and that's the risks we're willing to take.
A flying volcano.
Yeah,
Shit-
flying
shit
volcano.
happens, man.
That's too much.
They fly now.
It's tragic.
Raining
but
lava down from the sky, dude.
I didn't
It's
know they
tragic,
fly.
but
I know.
hey, shit happens. So there you go.
I would like to point out the joint I'm smoking has 1 gram of pot in it and half a gram of hash in it.
Still?
It's such a beautiful. I rolled a bunch of them on Saturday. We only smoked 3 out of the 5 I had.
Yeah, because everybody
Really?
passed out.
But the one you're holding, does it still have a gram of weed in it?
Well, not now, no.
Yeah, see, you're full of
I've
shit.
smoked the
Full of
last
It keeps
shit.
going
You're fucking
down.
before I
exaggerating.
started
You know,
at
it just-
eggs.
Atheist.
Got him. Called him out. I called him right out.
He thought he could fool
Drama.
me smoking.
Internet drama.
All right.
So I could share with you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Anton, to answer your question, this is
Seven.
Jameson, and he's 2.5 years old ish, almost. And he's just a big 14 to 16 pound lump of love. And he, for some
I can
reason,
see
loves
that.
me.
He
And I
seems to
don't know
enjoy your
why.
company.
I yell at him sometimes, and he's still like, "I love you, Dad."
That cat,
and he
16
He,
pounds.
he
Yeah,
seems
he's
to
about
enjoy your
30.
company very
He is.
much.
He's a
Look
big
at
boy.
30
He's almost
pounds
the
if
size
it's
of
an
my
ounce,
torso,
dude.
bro, and I'm chubby.
When's the last time you weighed him? That's 30-pound cat right there.
I don't know.
That
Boy.
is a large puss.
When he was hold on. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
When he
I
was
messed
a
it
young
up. No,
warthog.
they just turned 3. I'm sorry, they just turned 3 because I had him for a little bit before I got to New Mexico. But last time I had him weighed is when he was spayed on the way here, and that was 2.5 years ago. And he was like 9 pounds when he should have been like 6 or something. They were like, "Oh, he's gonna be a big cat." And then they had 2 cats, and he looked exactly like the other cat. And they said, "This lady says that we mixed up the cats. So, can you make sure this is your cat?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Sure." And I looked, they opened up the thing, and he's sitting there and he's all stoned. So he's like, dude, and his eyes are doing that flutter thing. And I look at him for a second. I look down at his feet, and he does this, and he has use of his dew claw. It's an opposable. So he does this when he muffins, where most cats just do this. And he went like this, and I was like, "That's him. That's his." And she said, "How can you tell?" And I said, "Because if you look at the dew claw on his left foot, the nail's deformed. It just grows deformed." And she looked, and she was like, "I'll be damned." And I said, "Yeah, that's him. I know."
Wait, so that's how you call it? To muff?
Huh? They make muffins.
I think everybody calls.
I always wanted to know what's the
They
verb.
need, yeah, but
What
they,
is like
they,
the
need,
verb of
they
that?
need the dough. I understand the term because it's like kneading
Yeah.
the dough is what they do.
We call it
Making
biscuits.
muffins, right?
We call it
Same
biscuits.
shit. Yeah.
You call it what?
We say
Biscuits.
making biscuits.
Because with biscuits, you
Same
have to
thing.
like knead the dough.
Knead the dough.
Yeah, because I never know how to call that action, that thing they do.
Sharpening the claws.
No, they're not sharpening their claws. They're like
Preparing
No,
to strike.
it's a form of comfort. They're comforting
yeah.
themselves, usually before they go to sleep or curl up and take a nap or cuddle up with you or something like that.
right. And
And they're
what's the
trying to
name
like
of that?
they
Muff?
do it because that's what they used to do on their mother in order to get the milk out. They do this. So whoever they do that to, like a lot, if it's one person in the house they do that to, that's like their parent. That's the one they chose. Even if it's not even if it's your cat with someone else, they already chose that person, bro. Let it go. That
Is
cat
there
loves
a
that person.
is
They
there an
pick their
official
own
term?
people. I cannot think of. That's all I know. I have no official term
because
for it.
I'm first time cat dad over here now, and
So it's
I
some
asked
kind
my
of like
wife- I asked
maternal
my wife-
thing.
I asked my wife
Yeah.
about that same
Yeah.
shit, and then we started looking some of it up, and I was like,
Yeah.
so it's like when little kids suck their thumb. She's like, yes, that is exactly
Yes.
what it is.
It
It's like a
is.
little kid
It's
sucking her thumb.
the only difference is the difference between the kid sucking their thumb and the cat doing that is the kid is not involving you with it. That would be more like
She sucked
breastfeeding.
my thumb.
But it's yeah. So they're connected to you like their maternal, whatever parent, person. So yeah, that's
The
what.
alpha.
And I just
Ain't
know
no
that
betas in this house.
I've watched cats my whole life. I've had cats pretty much my entire life, and I've watched other people's cats, and it's just the same thing. Like they pick their person, and that's the person they love, and it's just gonna be that's their cat, man. I've had people like give people here. This is your cat, anyways. He doesn't like me. Like here, take this cat. He loves you guys.
I tried to make them cats not like me. It didn't work. It backfired. They're like, oh, he's so mysterious.
Because you know what it is because cats are really assholes down deep. So they're like, oh, bitch, you don't like me? I'm going to fucking
I
beat the
love you
shit out of
then.
you and love you
Yeah,
to
I love
death.
you
right.
forever.
I'm gonna
Just to be
tear
a
you
dickhead.
apart.
Yeah, they will. And
You
then
were
if
just
you're really
nagging
sweet
the
with
cat?
them, then they're like, and they'll,
Is that like nagging
no,
a
it's not
cat?
true. It's not true. My cat tries to
Nay.
at my face because I do it to him, but he uses his claws and he goes, and I'm like, ow, you fucker. Like, don't do that. He's just trying to love on me, but he doesn't know how to retract his claws when he tries to pet me. It's weird because I'll be petting his head and he tries to pet my head.
I wish cats were a little less independent, where they cared about other creatures enough to not claw the shit out of you while playing.
Oh no, they know. My cat knows. I've trained him. I trained him with it.
Dexter
every time he scratched me, I stopped and I went, and he was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And then I went into saying it calmer and saying gentle, and then just gentle. And now I don't have to say anything. He'll start clawing me, and I go, "Dude," and he just like backs off his claws, and he'll be gentle after that. He knows. He gets excited, but he reins it in.
Dexter will be hanging from my arm from 2 claws. And I'll be like, "Can you?"
How old's Dexter though?
4.
Oh, really? Yeah, you guys need to discipline that cat, man. It's any pet, anything you raise, any animal, child, you have to give it some form of discipline. You have to set ground rules and you have to discipline it, and you give it structure, and then eventually it learns that and it just mimics it for the rest of its life. So if you don't structure them, they're just going to be crazy for the next 10 fucking years.
So I don't know if you've seen my wife or heard anything about my wife. If you think I can say or do anything to that damn cat and live, you got me confused.
Then you should discuss it with
her. Dexter baby boy has never done anything wrong.
Grow some avocados.
You have a water bottle, Mikey?
See if she'll come to a compromise.
He's definitely scared of the water bottle, to the point now you could pick up anything and say, "I will spray you with this." And he goes, "Oh," you don't want to risk it.
See, you did train him a little bit.
She already had that one. That program was already installed when I got this computer. But so the girl cat Leela was doing something. I think she was like on the table or something. And the squirt bottle never fucking fires on the first one. You got to fucking prime it with like 16 bonus pumps just to get the fucking liquid.
But you don't have that time, because once you squeeze it once, they know what's going on. They're gone.
And they're gone. So my wife went to do that to the little cat, her little Leela, her little darling angel baby. And it was already primed up, and she just lit her up in the face. She got a face full of water, and she just looked so hurt. She was like, "Mommy, why?"
She's like, "Oh my God, I didn't mean to. It was supposed to be a false alarm.
I just wanted to scare her." And Leela's just sitting there with fucking water dripping off her whiskers, just so betrayed. It's the ones you love the most that just... She caught a full
right.
They'll
punch you in the face, man. It's true. You never know. You gotta watch people.
If there's one thing I can say, having never had cats, these little motherfuckers are ridiculous. This shit is hilarious.
Do you have a laser pointer?
Oh, I bought them. Like, I showed it on the stream one time. It looks like a water bottle, but it's got a laser pointer in it. It's shaped like a little cat or whatever, and it's got a little USB, and it. Every 3 hours or whatever, it just turns on and starts doing figure eights.
Oh, okay.
And then they're just
so it's just like a random toy for them. They're like, "Ooh, there it is again."
So it's a regular schedule.
It just keeps its own timer, I guess. I mean,
that's
fine.
Do the cats line up and wait for it to turn on? Do they have a time?
Have they learned yet?
They can hear it because they can hear the little motor in there, like,
and then they run.
Really? That's wild.
You just hear little kitty cats coming out from all the corners. What the hell? And then of course you can't hear it, especially if you're like me and you got headphones on 24/7. You have no idea but all the animals will just run out of the room and just chase them. I'm like, the fucking bomb about to go off? What is happening? Is there a meteorite?
What
is there
a
ghost in here?
Earthquake?
Like, yeah, something. But we got hilarious. We got it angled.
I couldn't do that in my tiny home. It would keep me awake.
Yeah, they'd be going ape shit. Why do cats play in the middle of the night?
They're because cats are nocturnal. Really, they want to sleep during the day and play at night. Luckily, I make mine go to sleep at night, and they get up randomly and they'll like play around for a minute, and then if I do wake up, I'll just go shh, and they stop.
Yeah.
It only works at night now. It used to work all the time, so it's fading. I'm gonna have to reinforce it, but I just kept doing shh to them really loud, and then eventually I got quieter, and now they just listen to it.
See,
They know that means I've had enough. Is what it means, and they know it.
The dog, I mean, he's dumb, but he learns things. The cats, I feel like they are intelligent, but could care less.
They just exactly. You have to set ground. See, that's the thing about like dogs. You don't have to do that. Dogs, you go bad boy, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll try to do better." You know, you go bad boy to a cat, and they're like, "Fuck off." They don't.
Yeah.
But you have to like, you got to pee on the tree, man. You know, that's my tree. You have to let them know it's your house. You got to say, yeah, right.
You walk up.
I love that picture.
That is a bad kitty. Picture. And then,
but you have to let them know it's your house.
90% of the time now.
You can't, like, if they meow at you, you don't go, "Oh, let me give you a treat." Right? I go, "No, dude," and I make him sit there and wait. And if he's quiet for a little bit, I'll give him some. I'm letting him know I'm still in charge. No, you ain't gonna yell at me and then get whatever you want. I'm not doing it.
I get cussed out every morning. I get cussed out every morning by a fucking 4.5-pound cat. I don't know what the hell she's saying, but she is cussing at me, and I don't fucking appreciate that shit. She is rude. She is not a morning person. She is rude as fuck. She is so mean to me first thing in the morning.
I don't want people to think I'm mean to my cats. I'm really not, and they fucking love me, and they take turns like coming in saying hi, and they sleep around me on the bed. Like they can sleep anything. But my entire house, except for my counter, I don't want them on my kitchen counter. There are just shit everywhere for them to crawl in and play on. And I have made it a cat palace because I felt bad that I took them from, you know, a 2-bedroom place to this tiny house. So I made sure that they have, and I'm going to put in more stuff as we go. I'm just going to keep adding stuff. Eventually I want to have a walkway pretty much all the way around the top of my walls so they can just walk all the way around the outside.
Cool.
Yeah. Cause cats love being out there. It's their favorite.
Get a rope bridge.
This cat tree
that
that
goes across the middle.
That's not a bad idea, except there's not a lot of headroom.
You have to go upside down.
So this cat tree I have, they never used it, and so I took it apart and I mounted it on the wall by the window and everything. And they are in that. They sleep in that house all the time now. They never slept in it before. I put it up high, and they're like, "Thanks." They just want to be up high. So I spoil the shit out of my cats. They get TREATs like 3 times a day, and they have mounds of food and fresh water.
They have you trained.
You better
I treat them better than I do myself. Like literally, they're fed better.
You can't say that word because they have you trained. You can't say the TREAT word.
Oh no, I can say it if I want to. I kind of do it to be sarcastic.
Ali spelled it out.
They don't go off of that. They either one of them comes down and bugs me.
Well, I got a dog too. Well, my dog's deaf, so she can't hear me.
Or if I'm sitting here and
I can't say it.
If I'm sitting down and open that door right there to my left in that cabinet, they will know it's time. If I stand up and open it, they know I'm making myself food and they're not getting anything because I have some utensils and stuff down there. So I have them trained. Trust me. Honestly, I'm really lucky. They are just really fucking smart cats. I swear to God. It's weird. I've had conversations with that cat, the male. The female, she's not connected like that to me, but it's weird. But he kept waking me up at like 3:30 in the morning, 2:45, and then it was 3 and it was 3:30, or it kept getting early. I don't remember. It was early in the morning. He'd like yell at me and get right in my face and rub on my face and yell at me like, "You're gonna wake up." Now you got a face full of fucking fur and this cat's yelling at you, and you're like, "What the fuck do you want?" So eventually I got irritated. This went on for months. And I said, "Look, dude, me and you're gonna talk tonight when I get home." And he just looked at me. And I went to work and I came back, and then he got up on my lap and I said, "Listen." And it's funny because most of the time he doesn't really stare at me, but when I get really serious with him, he'll just kind of look at me and his eyes go a little squinty, like he's mad or something, or he's just glaring at me like, It's weird. And then I was like, "Dude, you got to quit doing that. Like, I don't get up till 6 o'clock in the morning. You're killing my sleep. I'm tired. Please quit doing that." And I was like, "I love you." And I pet him and everything. He stopped and he started waking me up at like 5:45 and 6 o'clock. The next day,
that's not a cat.
Like, it stopped. I know, it's weird. I'm telling you,
not a cat.
That cat is like psychic or something. He knows what I want. He knows what I'm thinking. He's fucking weird.
It's an alien. It's an alien in a cat suit, obviously.
Yep. That's right.
That's the only thing
Like
it
if
could
I
be.
believed in reincarnation, you know what I would
Yeah.
say? I would
It's
say
an
that's
alien
like
in a
my
tattoo.
mom and that cat. That's what I would say.
I'm going to
'Cause
say
that's
goodnight.
how it is. Good night, Ollie.
Stephanie,
I know I
thank you
killed
for
it with the whole
sharing your
cat
story
conversation.
tonight.
Sorry, bros.
Great job. And you guys all have a great night.
Thanks,
See you
mate.
later, Ollie, man.
Night, buddy.
Take
Love you,
care,
man.
mate.
Ooh. All right, he's gone. Let's talk about him.
Oh my God, Stag, say
fucking
something.
guy.
Shut me up, bro.
Ollie's got a long dick.
Wow, really, man? How do you? I mean,
I'm
Didn't see that
guessing.
coming.
Can't you tell?
are you safe? Blink twice if you're safe.
Yeah, he's just making him
Oh,
say
yeah.
that. If I don't read this.
Trying to figure out how he saw all these
I'm just guessing
dick.
based
I
on
mean,
his
I didn't know what
attitude.
was going on there. Maybe he's
He is
held
very
captive.
chill. He's very confident.
Them heavy weed smokers. That's what they say.
I'm confident
Hey.
that Ollie Man is in perfect condition.
If not, he don't care.
Okay.
Oof. A lot of them there. All right, let me see who else is saying crazy things
Oh.
in here. Do I have to delete new? Oh,
Look at Hellbound. Hellbound.
Raw onion
Yeah, yeah.
chili.
Instead of spelling it out and being sarcastic, my pibble knows that series of letters is
TREAT,
now
yeah.
begging for treats because I
Those
spelled it
Walla
out.
So it's Walla Walla onions
See,
you got to look out for.
Animals can learn. They just need more they're like children. You know, animals like grow up and they hit like a year and a half to 2 and then they stop. Most of them. That's just common household pet. You know, that's where you're gonna be. Some of them are a little stupider, some are a little smarter, but they're toddlers, so you just have to repeat things with them for a while.
Hey, Stags,
And if you're patient
free.
enough to do it and do it the same every time, it'll work.
you missed one very important one. The one,
And
we
it
found.
was a full frontal, buddy.
You
saw
forgot
that
to get
shit.
rid of the only one that matters. The one we found.
Right? Word.
I'm gonna
Like that
be
picture
rich.
of that guy sitting on the edge of the bed, but it's Ollie.
Oh fuck me. Giuliani. Is that what you're talking about? Remember when Giuliani? Remember Rudy Giuliani? I forgot he was a
Who
person.
could forget that bastard?
I forgot he was a person.
Is he like
He
in
is
jail yet, or what's going on with
unfortunately
him?
a person.
Is he in jail yet?
No.
Not quite.
That's sad. He should be.
He's getting there. If he keeps his grades up,
If he keeps his grades
Good
up,
point.
he'll
Yeah,
excel
that's
right
good.
past go on to jail.
and if he applies himself,
If he applies, yeah, he needs to apply some shit. All right. Did
I
you
think
guys ever? Did anybody else notice? Is it just me, or did anybody else notice that when Trump came into the political
Ooh, nice.
picture in New York, all of a sudden Rudy Giuliani gained like a bunch of fucking weight?
yeah, I don't remember.
It's
him
almost
being
like he
that
was
big,
eating
but-
McDonald's with them every day. I swear to God, he got a lot fatter in like the last like 6 years. He really did. Maybe it's just.
I mean, he's just getting old.
Sure, it is, but I love
He is,
picking on him.
he
Anyways.
is old.
So, I mean, he gained a lot of weight. I think he did.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Somebody
He
Google
certainly
Rudy
got fat and
Giuliani
happy
in
with his
No.
2015. See what he looks like.
No, I don't want that.
Fat
I don't
and
want.
happy with his affiliation with Trump, but
I'm definitely
I
not
don't
putting
know.
that into my search history. That's not happening. Nice try. Nice try.
What?
That's the target word, and then the alphabet boys are at my door. Nope, I'm good.
Target word, but never mind. Okay, I think I got you now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
No, I know what you're saying. I just don't know which words you were talking about. We're not going there. So Airlock said, didn't he just get caught accepting Russian bribes or some shit? I don't know. Does anybody
he
know that?
did actually get caught.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
And then what happened?
Yeah, well, no, and the subpoenas have finally been served, so he's got. Maybe we'll find out the exact connections with Russia. But
I'm very excited. This is my favorite kind of news. Anybody that's involved with Trump going and getting their just desserts make me so happy.
yeah,
Because they're a
Just
bunch
desserts,
of
all they got
fucking
is apple
haters
pie.
that promote hate. That's why.
the thing
You know,
is
these
that-
guys going to court is good, but have you ever watched like a racist get punched in the face?
and that is very satisfying. It really.
Did you guys see the
really-
old man in
yeah.
the restaurant and it had like a bar style thing or something or counter? And he said something, and the black guy started getting mad, and he said the N-word, and the black dude just popped him one, man. He just laid him out. And
Yeah,
it
I've
was
seen
the
a lot
guy's
of
like
those.
probably like 65 years old, but he looked like he was like a, pretty decent in shape kind of country boy, right? That dude laid him the fuck out. And
Have you
because
seen
he
the
said
one
something
where-
about why they're gonna get offended if I say the word. And that guy he reached right over top of the dude's wife and went whap. The wife's short, and she was standing in front of him, and he just reached right over her head and fucking popped that dude. It was
I
great.
found a mug that I need on Etsy.
Ooh, I
It
wanna see a
says,
mug.
well, I need this for the next time I'm on a call-in show. It says, I went to med school, you went to the internet.
Oh
Perfect.
my god, dude.
I need that, and then the next
Look,
time
you
I'm on a
need
show
that.
and someone talks to me and says they know more, I'm just gonna hold that up.
As soon as you get that, man. As soon as you get that paper,
I need to get that one.
fucking you have to have that. You have to have that. You're so like you're that like you might as well just order it. By the time you order it and they send it, like just order it snail
Well, I
mail,
mean, it's
by the time it gets
it's not
to
a-
you, you'll be an MD.
Well, but it's not even a lie though, because I did go to med school. I just haven't
I know.
finished med school yet. So like,
I know, but it sounds like past
Well,
tense. Like you're
yeah,
already
I
you
there.
delivered-
know, you're not sure you're gonna get through med school, but probably
yeah,
you
yeah.
will. And
I
that'll be
delivered
great.
He
a
is.
pizza. I delivered a pizza
He's
to the
fucking
med
brilliant.
school, so I too have been to the med school.
well, see the like. It's not a question necessarily of if I'm going to graduate or not at this point. The question is whether or not I'm going to match into residency. at this point.
Oh, there's that too, which
But that's
actually
so
there
that's
was-
where all my
there-
anxiety is right now
Yeah.
because match day was yesterday. So it's match week for the fourth years, and all the panic is happening because some really, really qualified people didn't match.
right.
And you see, of course, Twitter's full of people that I've never met, but I'm of course getting everyone's match results because
Yep.
if you're on med Twitter, you get everybody's results. And
There's-
most of the people that don't match are like the super highly competitive residencies like surgery and OBGYN. So it's like the people in my specialty, most of them match. Like the people who are the same stats as me and stuff match. But it's still like all the anxiety is like this is me in a few months.
Ben,
and
Ben, what is your specialty?
family medicine.
Okay,
Hugs.
yeah,
And Ben,
that is
Ben,
the,
real quick.
That is the best. That is
It's the best
Crossbow.
specialty.
Thank you.
Why family medicine, Ben?
Well, I have so many reasons because I was actually
Because
thinking
my
about match
doctor
week.
retired.
Well, but match week, thinking about match week and thinking about how I'm gonna put together my personal statement of like why I want to do family medicine, and like I mean, it all comes down to patient advocacy and the ability to be someone's home base and like be the person that they go to, have continuity of care, especially like eventually I want to be like the home base for the LGBT community. I want people to come to me, be like, I know I can trust you. That's what it comes down to for me.
I want to say something here because if it hadn't been for my own personal care physician and his compassion, I would never have made it through my journey. It really makes a difference when it makes a difference when you have a personal connection with a doctor who actually gives a shit about
Yeah.
you. It
I'm gonna tell
really it's
Stephanie, you're right, because I'm going to tell you the patients we have that have been established at our practice or with the provider that is our practice and has followed them. Some of these people, like Heather, has probably like, I don't know, 600 or some odd patients that have followed her to the third place. And they're like, nope, I don't want an MD. Nope, I want to see a PA. MDs are too busy. There's too much going on. PAs listen.
Hey, it's not just because they're
And
an
then-
MD.
Hold on. No. Hold on. I'm not done yet.
wait.
Please let me finish. Please let me finish. I'm not dogging anybody out. I'm going around the room. And then we have people with Dr. Warenko. They are fiercely fierce about her. And they're like, I don't want to see a PA. You know, and that's fine. That everybody's got their own choice. But my point is that is their home base. And you're absolutely right. And they built that trust and that relationship with that provider. And if somebody points them to anybody else, they're like, nope, they don't know shit about me. They don't know my medical history.
My
They don't know what's
doctor's
going
PA,
on.
my
I'm not doing
doctor's PA is his wife. And I've known this guy for 30 years. He's been my physician for 30 years. He's been with me through a whole bunch of shit. And I've taught him as much as he's taught me, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully, student Dr. Ben, you were trained better than my physician was when it came to trans medical care. You know, the thing y'all need to know is that most doctors have no fucking idea as to what they're dealing with when they're dealing with a trans patient, and most trans people who are seeking medical transition have a great deal more knowledge than any medical professional that they're gonna fucking encounter.
Yeah, because we've all referenced it and researched it.
So having people like Ben coming into the profession is incredibly useful. But at the same time, you need to have the people that really matter in the medical community are the people who are interacting with patients on a regular basis. Right. So family practice is, hugely undervalued.
I agree.
Definitely.
And I didn't know Stephanie until I started working at the place I work at. I had no idea what they do. Like, you don't see it like that from a patient's point of view. You don't understand. You don't see what's going on behind the scenes. You don't see that. You don't know that. Like, people will say, are they going to get my prescription done today? And I'm like, well, probably not, because Heather doesn't work late. She spends time with her kids in the evening. And then she gets up at 4 a.m. and starts writing prescriptions. And they're like, really? Every day, except for like a Sunday morning or Monday morning, she gets up every fucking day at 4 a.m. and she does like 4 hours worth of work. Because she has to make sure everybody's good. She does all of her scripts and writes all the referrals that she needed to write that people, messaged her about or whatever. She goes through her messages and she does all that shit. And that's what she does every morning. But, you don't know that they're doing that. You don't know that they're putting that extra time in. Dr. Warenko used to stay, she'd get done at 5, 6 p.m. and she wouldn't leave. I got messages from her at 10, 11 o'clock at night. Because she was making sure her fucking patients were taken care of. So they do a lot, man, and they have to know so much.
Well, and here's the thing too about the match that gives me more anxiety than I should have, possibly. But so I'm military, right? So I'm in a military scholarship, and I have 7 options for residency. Odds are I will match into one of them. If I don't match directly into family medicine, then what'll happen is they'll assign me to a transitional year, which I'll do probably in internal medicine, and then reapply for residency or do a tour, like an active duty tour, and then go into residency. But being trans in the military, like, I think family medicine's pretty chill about it. And like, for the most part, everyone that I've met in medicine in the military is cool about it. And I know other trans doctors in the military, but they're in pediatrics. But it's just like where a lot of my activism is in trans issues. Like, I don't want me being trans to prevent me from matching, and it shouldn't. But the fact is that I'm still anxious about it because there's a risk there. Like, because I don't like trans people have only been allowed in the military for like a little while now, and while they can't kick me out for it, they can still find, because a lot of your match like points for your match are, do you mesh well with the residency program, and they could easily write it as you don't mesh. And really have it be about me being trans.
There's that soft bigotry that's there, that you know, there's politically, it's, you know, it's hard. I'm not sure I'm not sure y'all really get where we actually live. I'm not sure you actually entirely grasp where we live.
And family medicine is probably the best specialty. Family medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry are probably the best specialties for understanding and for being accepting.
Yep.
So I'm happy that I'm going into family medicine because they seem to care. And we know that the AAFP, the other colleges associated with family medicine, like, are actively standing up against like the legislation trying to be passed against trans kids. But if I were in surgery, if I were going for surgery, I'd probably not, like, I would still be worried about it because they're not accepting in that specialty.
Ben, can we do a thing about trans people in sports?
Yeah.
I mean, is there some place, some platform where we can actually really dive deep into that subject?
Yeah,
because
Phoebe loves talking about that.
Because you know, I'm actually right now, we're writing policy for U.S. sailing. I don't know if you know that, but I'm writing
That's
policy.
You never
for
mentioned that.
U.S. sailing on how to handle trans people in our sport. I think, my hope, we have to provide a report that, you know, we have a panel of like 13 people that's really consuming a lot of my time right now. I have read so much about around the issue, way more than I ever actually wanted to. But we're trying to write a policy for a national governing body of an Olympic sport. And my hope is that we're going to, at least in the sport of sailing, come down to self-ID in the United States. And I think our NGB may, there is a serious possibility that our NGB will adopt that. And if we do, it's going to be it's going to freak a lot of people out.
Can I address Mark's point in the chat? It can't be all about testosterone levels, because there are cis women with naturally high testosterone levels, and they would be in it as well.
Well, exactly. I mean, you know, in my sport, it's so equipment dependent, right? It's not. There's, you know, some of the studies we've done internally, and I'm really not throwing anything out there. It's like there's no advantage, even between cis men, even between cis men and cis and cis women. There's no advantage. There's no fundamental advantage in my sport. I mean, it is different from sport to sport, perhaps, but in my sport, there is no advantage.
Right.
You know, and so, you know, that's the conundrum. That's the thing that the IOC threw into every governing body to okay, we're tired of dealing with this issue. You guys figure it out for yourselves. In my sport, we think there's no fucking advantage, whatever. The only, the advantages are you type formed for the equipment that you're going to be using, because we are an equipment dependent sport. Doesn't fucking matter if you're born female or male or anything else.
Because you can either do it or you can't.
My sport is also very, 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 very co-ed. Like we have, our ratio is basically 30% women and 70% men. But it's like I really want to have this conversation, because it's where an awful lot of the bullshit is that's being spread around winds up. It's just, it's there's so much research that there haven't, the fault of so many studies is you're comparing cis men to cis women. There's not enough research comparing trans men to cis men, trans women to cis women. The shit that you hear in public is basically that. It's like, it's basically a promulgation of the notion that men have a significant advantage in sport against women.
Which is funny because like people, there was this guy who's been a troll on multiple channels, so I'm not gonna say his name, but he was in a chat for Transatlantic one week and was actually saying that like no trans men could ever beat a cis man in any sport. I'm like, you do know that sports are different with their athleticism and you know that like just body type alone isn't enough. You have to have like training, like strategy,
right?
Like skill, like different
the game.
Things.
You need to learn the fucking game.
And take something, even taking body type. If you just took body type, take a sport like gymnastics. Like a cis man is not gonna have like a by default advantage. Like let's say they're both untrained. Like in a sport that requires agility and flexibility, someone who's big and clunky is probably not going to do as well as like someone smaller. Like, so just being big and strong does not by default give you advantage in every single sport that there is. There are a range of sports.
And if you want to talk about gymnastics, which is a judge sport, right? The games are different. The men's game is different from the women's game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's structured completely differently. If you're, and it's an Olympic sport, that they're completely different structures. So it's there's so much emotion and societal things around gender roles and gender presentation that comes into play when you're talking about athletes at the elite level. There's so much that and there's a paucity of actual data that compares, again, cis men, trans men, cis women, trans women. I mean, there's most of the studies that are out there basically say cis men, trans men, after a certain, after a certain period of gender affirming hormone therapy, achieve similar results. Probably the best study that's out there at the moment that actually is not focused on elite athletes is a study that the United States Air Force did with comparing the results of
The fitness test, right?
Yeah, a fitness test. Yeah. And it's a huge sample, right? I mean, there's of at least, people, right? And there, the N is big in the study. It's bigger than anything else. And it's, and it was going over the course of 3 years of evaluating people who started cross-sex hormone therapy, gender affirming hormone therapy.
It's basically a prospective cohort study. So they followed the same group of people throughout that time and saw the results at different time intervals and compared them back to or at least that's the one that I read.
Yeah, that's the one that I read too. Yeah. And it's the thing is, it's like people. There's no fucking advantage for there's the one advantage that they found in the study after 2 years is in the 1 mile run.
Yeah, wasn't it like a 12%?
Correct. For trans women.
Yep. That was.
But everything else, it's like upper body strength, trunk strength. It's everything evened out. And the other thing that's it's remarkable that people don't understand that a very, very common thread, and Ben, you can correct me if I'm wrong. A very common thread is, well, you went through male puberty. You have a bigger heart. Well, here's the drill. Within 3 to 6 months of gender affirming hormone therapy, your hematocrit, in other words, the capacity of your bloodstream to carry oxygen to every fiber in your body is from, if with testosterone suppression, hits female levels.
Yeah, and the heart muscle is reliant on load. And so you're going to essentially detrain the heart. So you're going to get some less hypertrophy of the muscle as you would if you were on testosterone.
So I'm just saying, it's like, the argument, I just really would love to have an opportunity to,
we should
put some of this shit out here, because there's so much bullshit and there's so much hurt.
And because also I'm a combat athlete, so this will be great, because I hate everyone goes to combat sports. I'm like, yo, none of you have actually trained with these top level cis women in combat sports, because holy shit. If you're a cis man at the same weight class, same weight class, same skill level,
that's
their gender's pretty irrelevant. That skill is pretty well even.
By the way, the link I just gave in chat is the Air Force study that was done by the British Journal of Medicine, and it was a 5-year study. And I was wrong. It was only retaining a 9% advantage in the 1.5 mile run.
Okay, there's a USAF study as well.
That is the USAF study.
It was?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It was just published by the British Journal of Medicine.
So maybe there's something more recent than what I've seen. I mean, the thing is, I've been pretty well engrossed in researching this stuff, because if politically speaking, if you want to make change, or if you're asked to be, every single Olympic sport has been thrown into trying to develop standards for themselves, since the IOC in November basically said, we're not gonna make these decisions, you guys need to do it. and some governing bodies have been out there in the forefront, and others have not. But we need to have standards, because we need to, in order to have any kind of, I mean, people say I don't give a fuck about sports, but you need to be able to, kids care about sports. Kids want to play. They want to play with their friends. And so we need to be able to figure out ways to make it possible. It's in Article 3 of the IOC Charter. Sport is a human right. Ain't we human? Don't we want to give our kids a chance to play with their friends? I mean, it's like the whole idea that you can say, who gives a shit about sports? Well, the people who give a shit about sports are the people who play it.
Or the parents that watch their kids, or
I mean, and so it's just, to me, I'm again very lucky, very privileged to be part of this discussion in framing the policy, but I don't think people understand at all what where the facts lie, where the compassion lies, where the passion lies for people participating. It's so critical to me that I had a trans kid come when I was working in a community sailing program. I had a trans kid come through the program, and people are going, well, what do we do? It's like, well, their parents okay with it? Yep. Okay, fine. They're okay with it? Yep. Okay, fine. Then why the fuck are we worried about it? And it's like, let kids play. Let kids be themselves in every respect. And don't get fucking pissed off if a trans woman wins something. That's why she competes. That's what athletes try to do. They try to win. It's what the fuck are you talking about? Who the hell wants to go out on the race course and lose? That's not the idea. It's a complete oh, well, the Green Bay Packers went out and they want to lose. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, it's nonsense. The thing that one of the things in the IOC mandate that they published in November was no presumption of advantage, and that's what the general public has. Men are better than women. Mm-hmm. And that is fucking misogynist.
No one's going to go through a whole ass transition just so they can fight in different people in sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I really want to do. I want to be a UFC champion, so I'm going to go get my gender changed.
Yeah, you're not going to do something that irreversible.
Yeah.
Or
that's
for some
crazy.
shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And especially going through this societal. Okay, well, you might, but like But think about everything else that comes with transition as well. Like, it's not just like the medical transition. It's not just surgical transition.
The
things you
social
go through.
ostracization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Going
am I
through
right-
that.
Go ahead.
No, it's just like every like, and going back to this, like, not being trans, like, you have no idea the amount of fear that goes into you just going into the bathroom. Every single bathroom, every single day. Like, I have times where I won't pee at the hospital because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait and go home because I can't risk outing myself.
I am so like I keep avoiding the gym, and I know that's why I'm doing it. That's exactly
Like, and
why
it's
I'm
not
avoiding
like,
it.
and it's a safety issue. It's like, if you're found out to not be a dude in the dude's bathroom, like, you can get assaulted.
But I feel like I'm some kind of a pervert every time I walk in the woman's bathroom because I don't feel like I belong.
I feel like I'm a pervert no matter where I go because I just
that
feel like
too.
I'm gonna get caught no matter what I do. I feel like I'm gonna get caught.
Yeah, well, you know, it gets better over time because it just does. You know, it's like I had, you know, early in transition, I had a couple of incidents where somebody was being a douchebag, and it's like, stamp my feet. Here you go. What do you want to see? Do you want to see my driver's license? Do you need to see something else? It's, you know, that was literally on one occasion that was pretty funny because, like, what are you doing in the? Well, what do you need to see as evidence? You know, it's yeah, it anyway.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering, like, so all these like super insecure douchebags who are, I always want to bring up like combat sports and trans women in combat sports. I'm like, are they all undefeated? Well, no, they lost to, so I'm like, just so they can fucking lose. So what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Someone can lick them. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's working. They're not all. If all trans athletes were undefeated in a thing,
and, you know,
maybe
it's
there
like
would be some legs to their fucking argument. But
Laurel,
they lose.
you know,
they're losing.
Like
so it's
fucking
fair.
Joe Rogan got his panties in a twist over Laurel Hubbard, and she kind of, you know, she was the first trans woman athlete to make an Olympic team, and she kind of shit the bed in you know, in competition in the Olympics. But the point is the you know, he's a man. I mean, literally, Stephen fucking Woodford, you know, who was featured on the fucking ACA in 2019, published a fucking video which featured Joe Rogan screaming that to people. So this is what I mean when I say that there's no guarantee that atheists or skeptics are any kind of trans allies. I mean, I don't trust anybody unless you fucking stand up and say, God damn it, stop it.
The one in Connecticut too that happened with the girl who was running track. I think she was 800 or 400. Some girl was complaining that she was taking her spot on the track team. Unless you look back and see the fact that the girl that was complaining actually beat the other girl, the trans girl, like 3 different times over the course of the season. It's like, what are you complaining about?
You know, this is my point. You don't enter an athletic competition to lose. That's not what you do. And the point is that if you really believe that sport is a human right, then you need to believe that competitive sport means competition, and you need to allow for people to compete. And that means you need to allow for people to win. And you know, it's ridiculous to say, you know, you can you can pick out a swimmer. You can pick out Leah Thomas and say, well, it's a dude, man. But she followed every rule. She followed every single rule that the NCAA had throughout her college career. Now, okay, USA Swimming changed their rules last month to say that you needed to be on gender affirming surgery, or I'm sorry, gender affirming hormone treatment for 36 months before you could compete in collegiate athletics, right? Do you know what that means? Think about it. Do you know what that means?
Be a senior before you can compete.
It means that you need to. Start gender affirming hormone therapy at the age of 15 if you want to have a collegiate career.
Your sophomore
in
year
which they're
of
fighting
high school.
against.
And that means,
On the
and
other
that
side.
means, and that effectively means that, in combination with state laws basically saying you can't prescribe said gender affirming hormone therapy to said kid, it effectively means a ban.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means. I mean, Leah Thomas started gender affirming hormone therapy at the age of 18, right? And that's why she's competing as a senior. And she's
I don't even know what sport this is.
32 months into her post. So therefore, what USA Swimming was doing was trying to keep her out of the NCAAs. It's like, what a bunch of bullshit. And the other thing that people don't notice is what people didn't notice is in the Ivies, there was what was his name? Do you remember, Ben? It's like Isaac.
Oh, the trans guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Isaac something or other. He's a swimmer for Yale. Same fucking sport. And he's a standout. He set a fucking record. And nobody's talking about him. Nobody.
There's also a trans man that withheld transitioning hormone therapy to remain competing on the women.
Oh, his name is Skylar. At least that's the one I heard. That's the one that's post-transition guy. But there's also a pre-transition guy.
Yeah, there's a pre-transition guy that is not doing hormone therapy until after his competitive eligibility is exhausted.
Interesting.
So
Isaac is another one. There's like several trans guy swimmers that have been like doing really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But trans men.
Yeah, Isaac is one of them.
To exist to a lot of the turfs.
Yeah, trans men. Well, no, trans men exist to a lot of the tourists because they consider them in their ideological view, they're lost lesbians. It's just such bullshit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which is fun because we just like by existing we debunk a lot of their arguments because they love to fixate on trans women not being women, but then like we go stealth and like people can't even tell that we're trans guys.
Right.
and trans and the turfs still want to lump trans guys into being women, and like this just breaks your argument. Like
they're just afraid we're gonna have bigger dicks than them.
the shitty piece is this is what I talk about when I talk about the double-edged sword of trans visibility. It's like, you know, I really would prefer, if it hadn't been for the fact that politicians have come after me and my brothers and sisters and siblings, and like if I would have really preferred to continue on being just like the people that knew me in my past. Well, okay, she USW, X. For the most, the wonderful part about getting old is that most people have no fucking idea. And I'd prefer that it would be that way when I interact with people. I just assume all trans people for the most part, want to be is left alone. Just leave us alone and just let us live. But y'all want to fucking make laws and make sure that kids have to go through the fucking growing up that I had to go through, and there's so much, oh, you have to deny, and it's like, oh well, are they really, how does a child know? How does a teenager know? How does a 20-year-old know? The brain's not really developed until it's 26. How do they know?
They can't enter the
How do
military
they?
till they're
And it's
25.
like, it's like, well, you move the goalposts long enough so that if the child is in fact trans, you're going to force them to go through a puberty they don't care to do, which has tremendous psychological impact and also tremendous physical impact. And you're going to make them do, you're going to make people do things. You're going to train people to do things they don't want to do. I have no idea what my life would have been like had gender affirming care been available and my parents had knowledge about it and had some empathy with it. I have no idea how my life would have turned out, but I can tell you this: it would have saved me a shit ton of agony, and it would have saved me a shit ton of money, and it would have saved people around me a shit ton of confusion. I mean, this is the thing that I'm not sure people really grasp.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I'll never know what that's like because I've been cis my whole life. But it sure as fuck doesn't sound like a whole shit ton of fun to me.
Here.
So.
Well, Neil, like they say, it's a choice. And it's a choice because everybody wants to be persecuted and treated like shit and possibly get the crap beat out of them or killed because of their being who they are. So of course it's, we just do it for the fun of it.
Humans have been doing that with each other since the dawn of time.
Yeah, but for real.
Yeah.
People are just ignorant. They don't have a clue.
It's more than ignorance. Some of them want to do it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ben, I really want to. I would love to have find a platform where we can have where we can have a serious discussion about the issues of trans people in sport, because
Phoebe's been wanting to do a stream on her channel on the subject.
Yep.
For a while.
And honestly, I would discuss it with her, but I'm just not knowledgeable.
I'm just saying, I'm working on the thing in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, we should talk with Phoebe, and because she'd be happy to host it.
Do a
Be part of the
three-show,
discussion.
three
Yeah.
people kind of thing, special episode or something.
Because she's an athlete too.
I know.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Phoebe and I are
Phoebe's
going to do a
awesome.
show on the how economics is used to create white supremacists.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's
And the fear tactics of the
smart and funny.
Yep.
Oh yeah, brilliant and funny.
Yeah, Phoebe's great. Well, guys, it's getting to be my bedtime because I do get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and with a sore back, that sucks even more.
Yikes.
So yeah. But Stephanie, again, I want to thank you for coming on. I think you guys spoke about some really important shit tonight in the after party. So that's the kind of stuff that needs to be talked about.
Hell yeah.
Got to sort this shit out.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care what you are. You're a human being.
I really appreciate you
That's right.
having me here and giving me
My pleasure.
the opportunity to share my story, and I hope it didn't piss too many people off and drive people away from your.
Well, I can tell you this. I've been watching the chat the entire night, and you're getting a lot of love out there, and you're getting a lot of support, and they're going, yeah, like quotes
literally
like this.
right on Stephanie.
Right on
there
Stephanie.
You
So
go.
you weren't boring them, that's for sure.
Oh, good.
That's for sure. I mean, if you were actually boring, I would have fallen asleep, and that didn't happen. So
Damn it!
And I want to
I
make.
almost
I want to make.
did a little bit. I'll admit it. It's like midnight here. It's like
yes.
And if I could say something real quick, I didn't say pretty much anything because that's what allies do. Sometimes you just sit there, be present, and shut the fuck up.
Listen, support them.
Yeah,
You just sit there and
man,
listen.
absolutely right. And that's something I learned early on. Going through the civil rights movement. There's sometimes you just shut the fuck up. One thing I didn't share was I was baptized on TV, and in 1953, I was baptized on TV in a show on WBZ in Boston with my dear friend, my childhood friend, David King, who was a black child. So it was this whole interracial thing. It's like it was kind of a kumbaya moment, it was like one of those religious shows that used to be broadcast on television on Sundays and stuff. And it's like, yeah, sometimes you need to shut the fuck up and listen to other people's stories. And it's I think that's really fucking important.
And I sat there and I let someone finish their entire thought, and I didn't say anything, and I didn't die.
Whoa. Hard, isn't it?
Oh my
God! With it every day.
I'm not sure how
possible.
And now we're all doing it.
Huh? I couldn't hear you, Neil. Everybody's talking at once.
That's all right. Yeah.
I'm about to
happens.
I'm about to go live, Neil. So if you guys are still up, I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna play some video games with Stags and probably keep a room open. So if you guys want to come hang out in the after party.
Jeez.
It's still early here, and I'll also lurk in your chat.
Halo with us.
Come play Halo.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Well, I can't play Halo, but I can chat.
Halo.
Hey, Stephanie, I want to say real quick, you're brilliant, and thank you. And I love to hear other people besides Ben and I saying those things and trying to get people to open up their fucking eyes. Anyway, so I just want to say thank you, and thanks for bringing me on over here, Neil. It was good talk.
Always a pleasure. Yeah, thanks all you guys for hanging out with Stephanie and Mikey and and of course to Anton and who else was with us? Really?
Hey, follow me on Twitter. What
Ollie.
the hell? You never know. Maybe there'll be something there, but you never know. The Twitters are crazy, and I'm often on the Atheist Community Discord, chatting over there too. But it's it's complex. The world is complex. It's all good.
Not for
Sure
me.
it is. It is. We'll figure it out eventually as a species. I think it'll just take time.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that
Or we'll die out. We'll find out.
every generation gets a little bit fucking better at it, little by little.
I'm part of the Meteorite 2024 campaign.
Nice. Keep it rolling.
Giant
K2
meteor-
Panstar. K2
Yeah.
Panstar, Mikey. Anyway.
So, do we have any of the stingers to do first here, Mike?
Oh yeah, you can push them. I don't know
I
when you
don't
were
even know
like
which ones.
done. That's the point. That's why I didn't put anybody's name on them, so you don't know who it is. You can kind of see the picture though. I intentionally left the beginning with the logo so you couldn't tell.
I hear
then
this
went to the middle of
Swede
the
guy
clip.
released a new video just now.
Say what?
Swede guy? Who's that
Who's that?
Swede
Big booty-
guy?
big booty
What is
Swede.
this Swede guy thing?
You talk about big booty sweet.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
What's your video about?
Gas prices.
Oh,
Gosh.
I am curious about. Yeah.
Here, that's pickup
Watch.
line material nowadays.
Girl, I got that gas.
He filled up his tank.
Oh my god, is that premium? He's a baller.
Holy shit!
I gotta fill
Anyway.
up the mini here in a couple days. Not exactly
So-
looking forward to it, but
Looks
could be
like
much worse.
Looks like I got a Staggerson Jags episode right here. A little quick thing.
My friends, Neil the 604 Atheist and Randolph Daddy Richardson, are starting their own call-in show called True North Talk. Go and subscribe so you don't miss their launch.
Come and watch me and some other great hosts on the relaunched The Non-Profits, airing Sundays at 3 p.m. Central. Go and subscribe so you don't miss it.
Do I really sound that way when I do that? Or?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You
A
actually
little
do.
bit.
I think I just played the exact same ones we played at the end.
Yes,
of the
you
interview.
did.
Shouldn't have had that doobie. Oh well.
I must have this same fucking doobie, man. Because we're like,
Doobie doobie doo.
we are shooting some
Do,
technical
do,
right
do,
now.
do, da, 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 da.
Well, thanks you guys out there in the chat. I hope you guys had fun with us tonight. It was a fun one and an important one, I believe. So thanks to all you guys for hanging out with us. And thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. See, I wasn't doing that because I already
Yeah.
closed the damn window. So,
Everybody
Right.
needs to be a patron of Neil.
well,
I think it's
that would
I
be
think it's
nice.
true.
But
Everybody
I
put in
appreciate
$38 a week.
that. I can afford Mikey now.
Yes.
There you go.
Those new prices, though.
So he can sit there and not push the buttons for you.
New price.
Yeah, the guy that I'm paying that isn't actually doing his job at the moment. He's fucking doing something else right now.
I'm playing Halo, Neil. I'm very
I don't pay you to play Halo.
busy. What you do, though.
Yeah, that's true. I do.
Because or else I'll be very interruptive. Is that a word? It is now.
Boss, I'm off the clock. I'm really
Kind of
off
a
the
word.
clock right now.
I mean, we are past. I mean, the meter's been running. So you said you're going in for a quick minute. I just started reading a book.
All right. Well, then we'll call this one a done deal. Thanks again, Stephanie. Yeah, you guys saw the funny little stingers we're doing now. There'll be more coming, I'm sure. And
Send
anyway,
them
it's
to
like
me. Send them to me. My Twitter DMs are open.
there you go.
There's more than two.
As are
Oh yeah,
mine,
there's
actually,
like
so
5 of them are in there right now. We need some more of the nonprofits one though. Like we need people doing those ones.
I
We got
know.
like 4
I
of
have
the other
Not today, Satan.
Perfect.
All right. Anyways, like I always say at the end of the after party, it's like the late great Carl Sagan once said: extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Something Randolph would say.